All right, so a very good morning to all of you watching this video. I am Manat Sharma from Oliveboard, and I'm here with the PIB Master Class. So ये हमने initiative we have started off with this initiative जहाँ पे we are going to cover the entire PIB news of August 2025. तो अभी तो we are covering of August. Now this session is free on YouTube, but इसके बाद जो हम बाकी के बाकी के months के when we are going to cover, that is going to be on the paid batches. So let's start with our session for today. Just let me know whether my audio and video is clear to all of you. Just write down in the comment section so that we can start the class in a smooth and continuous manner so that there's no disruption also. Okay. Hi Satya Bharat. Good morning Chasing Ambition. Good morning Pavan Yadav. I hope my audio and video both are clear. ठीक है? Okay, चलो. नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट विद आवर क्लास. चलिए अब यहाँ पे हम सब जितनी भी न्यूज़ है उसको वी आर गोइंग टू कवर इन डिटेल. ओके. First, we have news from Ministry of Finance, the important news from Ministry of Finance. Firstly, government and RBI launched multiple initiatives to promote digital payments and financial inclusion. क्या है अब ये कि government and RBI they have launched initiatives for what? For promoting digital payments. ठीक है? They have introduced several measures to boost digital payment transactions, ensure secure usage, expand financial inclusion, and there have been many steps which have been taken to improve the transparency and regulation. ठीक है? And this is especially for the cooperative societies and microfinance institutions. Now, what are the digital payment initiatives? For example, we have this incentive scheme for promoting RuPay debit cards and low value Bheem UPI P2M transactions. People to merchant, person to merchant transactions. ठीक है? Payment Infrastructure Development Fund PIDF also has been released. PIDF. Why? To deploy digital infrastructure in underserved sectors. So for the underserved sectors also we have this. Okay. Then good morning Anjali. uh, हाँ तो अभी we have let's do it for August, then September month का भी it will be scheduled. Okay. चलिए then we have fraud prevention measures, device binding between customers mobile number and device, two-factor authentication, pin based two-factor authentication you might have seen in your mobile phones and all also है ना, for double protection, for protection purposes है ना, so that your data is clean, so that your data is saved, right? It is safe. फिर daily transaction limits and restriction on use cases, NPCI's AI and machine learning based fraud monitoring solution for banks. These are the fraud prevention measures which have been taken up. Plus, there are certain awareness campaigns also via SMS, radio, publicity drives. These are certain measures which have been taken to prevent any kind of fraud so that your data is safe. ठीक है? Then regulation of cooperative societies and microfinance institutions. What has RBI done? It has mandated board approved transparent pricing policy. For what? For these microfinance loans, including cost of funds, risk premium, margin. They have simplified definition of microfinance loans. ठीक है? They have removed quantitative restriction for NBFC microfinance institutions. Removal of earlier requirement to allocate at least 50% of loans for income generation. पहले there was this requirement that you have to allocate at least जो भी total loans है उसमें से 50% will be allocated for income generation purposes only. But now this money can also be allowed for loans for education, medical needs, income smoothing. This for these things also the loans can be given. ठीक है? पहले it was only for income generation, income based, business related. ठीक है? Now they have expanded it to education, medical needs, and all those things also. We have this PIDF scheme. When was this launched? It was launched by RBI in 2021. Why was it launched? to subsidize deployment of point of sale infrastructure. We did about this scheme. We've done this RBI related important schemes. We've done a separate session on this, ठीक है, wherein I took up sessions for important schemes of RBI, है ना. तो उसमें we saw this PIDF scheme. What is this? कि some fund will be deployed. Why? So that fund will be given so that point of sale infrastructure can be developed in tier 3 and tier 6 centers. What is point of sale? Basically जो QR codes and all होते हैं, है ना, from where digital lending becomes digital payments become easy, that, ठीक है. Then Bheem UPI P2M, what is it? This is Bharat Interface for Money Unified Payment Interface, person to merchant transactions. What is this? This is a digital platform for instant real time payment transfers. I'm sure everybody knows about this Bheem UPI. This is for instant transfers, ठीक है. Then PFRDA launches this new website under PFRDA Connect. So, which this there's this new website which has been launched by PFRDA, Pension Fund Regulatory Development Authority, to enhance digital engagement. So, PFRDA chairperson Shri S. Raman in New Delhi aims to strengthen transparency, efficiency, accessibility. Okay, so for enhancing this transparency, for improving efficiency, for accessibility purposes, किसमें pension sector में digital engagement is utilized over here. Digital tools are going to be utilized here. Fine. When was it launched? On 4th August 2025 under PFRDA Connect initiative. Right? And this is fully compliant with guidelines for Indian government websites and this web content accessibility guidelines, so that there is accessibility, there is inclusiveness. We are not leaving anyone behind. It provides enhanced user experience with dynamic responsive layouts, improved navigation, centralized access to regulatory updates, circulars, pension schemes, ठीक है, and these search capabilities and a user friendly content management system, CMS, content management system, has been developed. ठीक है, this is what is your basically what we have to do is we are going to use the digital tools to enhance transparency, efficiency in the pension sector. ठीक है. PFRDA क्या है? It is the regulatory authority for pension sector in India. I'm sure everybody knows this. There was this PFRDA Act in 2013 which was passed and this regulatory body was made. ठीक है. So this is a statutory body. This is a statutory body. Then PFRDA Connect initiative, what is it? It focuses on improving stakeholder engagement. We have NPS and Atal Pension Yojana. These are the two most important schemes of PFRDA. I'm sure you are aware of these two schemes. These are very important schemes because directly you can get MCQs uh, 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 from this part. Okay, fine. Chaliye. Then NABARD and RBI promote rural financial literacy. 2421 centers for financial literacy established nationwide. So, what has NABARD and RBI done? They are trying to promote financial literacy in the rural areas. See, rural, urban, mein, we have a lot of divide in the rural and the urban areas. Urban areas, mein, penetration is very easy. And it is good, penetration is good. But in the rural areas, financial literacy is quite weak, because of which penetration of digitization is very low in the rural areas. And that is why NABARD and RBI, they promote rural financial literacy. How? They have opened 2421 centers wherein they are going to make the people aware of the financial terms, financial services, and this is going to happen nationwide. All right, fine. So NABARD conducts financial and digital literacy camps via rural bank branches, financial literacy centers. RBI Center for Financial Literacy project, this is another project which was launched in 2017. 2421 CFLs established nationwide as of 31st March. Now, these kind of data is going to be very important. You have to remember this data because directly they can ask you how many centers to. They can give you statement-based questions. यहाँ पे they can write one of the statement as 2421 CFLs have been established nationwide as of 31st March 2025. So you have to select whether it is correct or not, or they can change this number. So you have to remember this kind of data. NABARD sponsors village level programs to promote self help groups, banking linkages, loan repayments. Right? Then there is this financial literacy center here. It is a specialized branch which is set up by banks with support from RBI and NABARD. Why? So that they can spread financial awareness. Whatever banking products they have, digital banking, government schemes, they can spread this kind of awareness among the rural areas. Right? Then there are certain microfinance sector reforms by RBI? They have firstly simplified the definition that what are collateral free loans, where to whom are these collateral free loans given to, or these microfinance loans ka what is the definition of microfinance loans. In that case, collateral free loans to households will be given who have an annual income of less than 3 lakh. So remember, if your annual income is less than 3 a lakh, less than equal to 3 lakh, in that case you are going to get microfinance loans which are collateral free. Collateral free in the sense you do not need to keep any margin, you do not need to keep anything in return, कुछ गिरवी नहीं रखना आपको in exchange. Fine. Then the restrictions have been removed on loan amount, tenure, income generation, loan requirements. Households, they don't need to pledge any kind of security. And now, पहले क्या था? Loans were given only for businesses, but now they can be extended for education, for healthcare, for household consumption, for emergencies. ठीक है? So now you can basically lend for different diverse purposes, right? Then, then for borrower protection, the monthly loan repayment has capped at 50% of household income. Now, this is for what? Borrower protection. Now, what were the people doing? Ek to they are taking up microfinance loans, which are small loans. So these are those sectors of the economy which are which are not very privileged, which do not have enough incomes. Now, what they used to do is, in order to just pay back, they used to use 90% of their income for paying back the loan only for repayment purposes only, and they were not. They were basically not, they were deprived of because of this. Okay, they were paying back a lot of money, so we have capped it ki you can only use 50% of your household income. Okay, and not all, so that so that you are left with some income and you are not deprived of it. Okay, that is the major reason, right? Then strict guidelines for recovery processes and grievance redressal mechanisms have been made. If I talk about interest rate regulation, earlier RBI had fixed maximum interest rate for microfinance institutions, so MFIs ke liye there was a lot of regulation, for especially for the interest rates. They had to go according to what RBI had fixed for them. But now RBI has given them freedom. They have deregulated the interest rates. But there's obviously going to be scrutiny. There's going to be checks. But you can decide the interest rate on your own as well. Fine. So these microfinance institutions or NBFCs, they must have a board approved interest rate policy, and they must be transparent, reasonable, not exploitative. Okay, so your rates should be basically justified. ठीक है. Then if I talk about these self-regulatory organizations, we have Sadhan, we have MFIN. These are self-regulatory organizations. So these are industry bodies which have been recognized by RBI in order to what? In order to supervise and guide the microfinance institutions. So what is the role of these SROs or these self-regulatory organizations like Sadhan and MFIN? They actually supervise and guide the microfinance institutions. ठीक है. What is their role? They promote a culture of compliance among members, that people should focus on compliance. They should regularly comply with the rules and regulations, with the norms and all, monitoring practices and all. Issue quadrails. What are quadrails? They are basically rules for safe lending. Just borrower cannot take loans from too many lenders at once, है ना, so that you do not default on so many lenders. So if you are taking from say 10 banks, loans from 10 banks, that is not allowed. A borrower cannot take loans from too many lenders at once. Borrower's overall debt is capped to prevent over indebtedness. ऐसा ना हो कि they are fixed, they are fixed in this debt trap. They fall in this debt trap that they are not able to pay back the money to anyone. I don't know why is this pen not working today. है ना. ठीक है. Then Sadhan and MFIN, they are recognized self-regulatory organizations in microfinance sector. ठीक है. They provide oversight. They act as a bridge between the regulators and the microfinance institutions, like a middle, like you can say the intermediator. Fine. ठीक है. So that was all related to Ministry of Finance. Then we have certain schemes under Ministry of Commerce and Industries, or important news related to Ministry of Commerce and Industry. PM, we have first of all PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan. When was this Gati Shakti National Master Plan launched? Who's going to tell me? Write down in the comment section and tell me which year was this Gati Shakti Master Plan launched. Any idea, anyone? So this national master plan, it was launched, acha, it is already written over here. It was launched in 2021. and it has made significant progress in integrating infrastructure planning through geospatial data planning tools, interministerial ministerial coordination. And the 293 projects worth 13.59 lakh crore assessed under these NPG mechanism. So, if I talk about these projects, such kind of statements directly can be asked in the exam in the form of MCQs. ठीक है? 57 central ministries or departments onboarded, 36 states and UTs have also onboarded. About 1700 data layers mapped on PMGS NMP, including 969 from states, UTs, 731 from central ministries or departments. ठीक है? Then no separate allocation has been done. Fund allocation for PMGS. Ministry of Finance has allocated 5,000 crore, and that is only going to be utilized. In 22-23, they had launched 5,000 crore. They had allocated 5,000 crore. And this is going to be a part of the scheme for special assistance to states for capital investment, wherein long term loans are provided to the states and for infrastructure development and all for PMGS related infrastructure projects. So this is related to that only. So there's no separate fund. Whatever fund is going to be given under the scheme for special assistance to states for capital investment, that fund is only going to be used over here as well. Okay. ठीक है. Then special assistance to states for capital investment वाला I have already told you. ठीक है, long term loans के लिए initially 21 ministries departments onboarded, now they have expanded to 57. Network planning group institutionalized for integrated planning, multimodality, synchronization of efforts. तो ये सब इसका institutional mechanism है. I know you guys must have already read about all this. That is why we are going to pick up pace, and we are going to do it fatafat se, because this is just for revision purposes, right? So PM Gati Shakti, when was it launched? October 2021. It is a digital platform to enable coordinated infrastructure planning, implementation across ministries. What is the aim? To ensure last mile connectivity, reduce logistic costs, strengthen India's competitiveness. ठीक है, it is aligned with India's vision of becoming a $5 trillion economy. तो हमारा vision क्या है? That we have to become a $5 trillion economy. So this is a step towards that. ठीक है, 21-22 में this was launched. This national master plan was launched. We are going to see year wise what new things have been done. ठीक है, institutional mechanism of NPG was set up. What is NPG? Network Planning Group. It was constituted under this national master plan to ensure integrated multimodal infrastructure planning, avoid duplication of projects. So we have this uh, this NPG, Network Planning Group. Then initiation of onboarding of infrastructure ministries, mapping of assets of infrastructure ministries, training and capacity building exercise were involved. And around 500 officers had participated. Then in the year 22-23, 8 key infrastructure ministries were onboarded. Mapping of assets of infrastructure ministries, planning of infrastructure projects on this portal. 71 infrastructure projects of central ministries were evaluated on this NPG. Then a digital learning course on PM Gati Shakti was launched in this I Got Karmyogi platform. I hope you know about this platform. About 50 workshops or training sessions, including 5 regional state level workshops, were conducted. Training and capacity building of officers, wherein more than 5,000 officers participated. ठीक है, then 23-24 में क्या हुआ है? Two social sector ministries departments were onboarded. Mapping of assets for social sector ministries on PMGS NMP portal. 73 infrastructure projects of central ministries evaluated. Social sector project planning by ministries on this portal. MOU was signed with Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalay, and which was set up in December 2022. We have this Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalay which was set up in December 2022. ऐसे आपको direct question आ सकते हैं, in which year was this Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalay set up. So उनके साथ we had signed an MOU. Digital learning course on national logistics policy was launched on this Karmyogi platform. About 100 workshops, training sessions were conducted, including 10 regional state level workshops. Then 24-25 में 20 economic sector ministries were onboarded. So you can see that how many the ministries were onboarded. They were integrating with each other to move forward. Okay, mapping of assets of economic ministries on PMGS NMP. 121 infrastructure projects of central ministries evaluated. We have this district master plan which was launched in 28 aspirational districts. Right. Then digital learning courses on PM Gati Shakti, wherein the roles and responsibilities and PM Gati Shakti for effective infrastructure planning and development were there. More than 100 workshops, training sessions were included. So we have basically in every year from 2021 22 we have made, new things. We have added infrastructure, we've added so many ministries who come up, training sessions and workshops and all have been conducted. Then for this year, two other ministries have onboarded. We have started off with the standard operating process for 50 number of ministries, departments. They have been revised, they have been finalized. A group of JS level officers, including existing NPG members, Bisag and Meti Mohua, they have been set up for technical upgradation, technical issue resolution. ठीक है. A single sign on user management system using NIC Jan Parichय has been implemented. 28 infrastructure projects of central ministries have been evaluated. 25 workshops, training sessions have been conducted. Capacity building initiatives. ठीक है. Then government e-marketplace celebrates 9th foundation day, achieves 5.4 lakh crore GMV in financial year 24-25. So what was the foundation day theme? We are talking about this e-marketplace, electronic marketplace. ठीक है. We are talking about this gem. You might have heard about this gem very very important portal है ना, government e-marketplace. So we are celebrating this government e-marketplace celebrates 9th foundation day. How much GMV have we achieved? 5.4 lakh crore. You have to remember the theme. What is the theme? Ease, access, and inclusion. Foundation day theme for 2025: ease, access, and inclusion. Directly, MCQ can be asked. So we have reached 5.4 lakh crore GMV have been achieved. This is the transaction value. Then, what are the reforms which have been announced? Removal of caution money for sellers, rationalization of vendor assessment fees, reduction in transaction charges. 97% of orders are now exempt from these transaction charges. GEM connects women entrepreneurs, startups, MSEs, SHGs, artisans, Divyangjan. So it is very, very crucial for including the people from the last mile, including the lowermost section of the population and the underserved sections of the population. What all events have been organized? GEM Seller Samvad. We have GEM Manthan, a dialogue program for building inclusive, future-ready procurement. ठीक है. We have technological features like AI powered tools, multilingual learning management system. We have voice enabled navigation, region specific training modules. All these have been also introduced. 1.5 lakh women led enterprises have been onboarded if we talk about the achievements over the 9 years. When was GEM launched? 2016 under Ministry of Commerce and Industries. What was the vision? PM's vision of minimum government and maximum governance. This was the major vision of this GEM portal. What is it? It is a it is a paperless, cashless, and transparent platform. Okay, and it supports this real time procurement. So what you can do in this gem portal, you can basically sell your products. You can register on this gem portal, sell your products all over the country, and you can get the best prices for your product. Okay. Okay. Then DPIIT signs MOU with Hero Motocorp to support early stage startups in mobility and clean tech. So Hero for Startups, this is the program. What is the program? Hero for Startups Innovation Accelerator. What are the focus areas? Focus of mobility, clean tech, deep tech. This is the focus areas. Clean technology, deep technology. Support for startups have been assured. Access to Hero Motocorp's R&D facilities, research and development facilities in India and Germany. Access to Hero's dealer, supplier and partner network. Mentorship opportunities. Paid proofs of concept to enable pilots and market exposure. Right? Hero Motor Corp has committed to nurture these startups, Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, Viksit Bharat 2047 goals. Okay, then DPIIT has also signed MOU with Zepto in order to boost manufacturing. This is a 6-month program which will mentor the startups who are working in hardware, Internet of Things, packaging, sustainable manufacturing. So this is a 6-month program. This is really going to help out these startups. This kind of a mentorship program. They will support from prototype to market ready stage. Prototype initial stages and then market ready stage. May Zepto's delivery and digital infrastructure will be utilized by the startups, to develop the product. And this is majorly to emphasize on women-led startups, especially from tier 2 and tier 3 cities. 100 plus Indian startups will be integrated by Zepto. And this workshops and mentorship is going to be provided by the Startup India initiative. Okay. Then what is this DPIIT? Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. This is a department under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Okay, what is the role of DPIIT? Formulating and implementing policies for industrial growth and startup promotion in India. Okay, there's another term called unicorn over here. What is unicorn? A startup. Uh, if it is valued over $1 billion, then it is considered as a unicorn. You should know such kind of terms. Then we have a news that India hosts 10th meeting of AITIGA ITIGA Joint Committee to review ASEAN India Trade in Goods Agreement. So what is this AITIGA? It is ASEAN India Trade in Goods Agreement. This is the full form of this. Okay, so India has hosted the 10th meeting, and where was it? Where was it? Where was this meeting held? In New Delhi, Vanija Bhavan, from August 10 to 14. What was the focus? Ki we have to review this agreement so that we can improve effectiveness, we can facilitate trade, we can increase accessibility. Okay, 7 subcommittee meetings were held, which was covering custom issues, legal issues, market access, SPS measures, and all. Sanitary and phytosanitary measures. I hope you know about this. If you've read about WTO and all, so you've understood these international organizations, you would know. ASEAN countries, they account for approximately 11% of India's global trade. Okay, Association of Southeast Asian Nations, very important trade. These are the very important. It's a regional bloc, very important regional bloc. And this is the first FTA that India signed with a regional bloc. Okay, and this was signed in 2009. It came into force in 2010. So this is a free trade agreement which first eliminates and reduces the tariffs. Okay, then India and Eurasian Economic Union signed terms of reference to launch FTA negotiations. What is this TOR? Terms of reference. So Eurasian Economic Union, which all countries are part of this Eurasian Economic Union? Armenia, Belarus, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyz Republic, and Russia. They have signed a term of reference in Moscow to begin negotiations on free trade agreement. Terms of references ki pehle initially, you bring in terms of reference ki अच्छा इस चीजों पे we are going to do the discussions, and then we are going to move forward towards a free trade agreement. ठीक है, the TOR was signed by Shri Ajay Bhadu, Additional Secretary, Department of Commerce, and Mr. Mikhail Sherekev, Deputy Director, Trade Policy Department. ठीक है, and India EAEU trade turnover reached 69 billion US dollars in 2024, which was a 7% increase over 2023. What is the aim of the FTA? To boost exports, diversify market access, support MSMEs, strengthen India's competitiveness. And EAEU, this Eurasian Economic Union, has a combined GDP of 6.5 trillion US dollars, and that is why it is a very big opportunity for us Indians. Okay? Then we have another news related to GEM. This government e-marketplace surpasses 15 lakh crore in cumulative GMV, gross merchandise value, since inception. Very, very important. ठीक है, remember this. So 15 lakh crore gross merchandise value. This gem has crossed this value in procurement since 2016. What does this platform do? It empowers MSEs, startups, women-led businesses, SC/ST enterprises, SHG. So these all kind of enterprises and all, they can list their products in this gem portal, and they can sell it and get competitive prices for their products, right? So inclusivity, process simplification, innovation in procurement, these are the focus areas. It supports digital India vision also. And we want to become Viksit Bharat by the year 2047. So this is a major step towards it. It was launched in 2016. We've seen, right, that this is a paperless, cashless, and system-driven platform. Then we have Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. What were the steps taken to improve mental health care? Firstly, steps were taken to improve mental health care. Now, if you see that people, more than focusing on physical health care and all, now the shift we can see is in this mental health care, with the rising cases of suicide, rising cases of depression among the youth and all. है ना? So mental health care has become very, very important as of now. So we have this digital district mental health program, DMPH, which was sanctioned in 767 districts. ठीक है? Excuse me. So services at CHCs, PHCs, primary health centers and all, community health centers and all are provided. OPD care is provided, counseling, psychosocial interventions, and drugs, outreach, ambulance, all these things have been started off. These services have been started off. 10 bedded inpatient facility. Inpatient facility matlab admit karna hai if you want to admit someone. Tertiary care support is also being provided. 25 centers of excellence have been sanctioned. 47 PG departments and 19 government medical colleges have been supported. We are, we are focusing on capacity building in psychology also. 69 institutions, universities, they are approved for clinical psychology. 9 institutions approved for rehabilitation psychology, MPhil and all, rehab psychology. There are new courses also, BSc clinical psychology, MA clinical psychology from 24-25. Digital and training support has been provided. National Tele Mental Health Program was launched on 10th October 2022. 53 Telemanas cells operational in 36 states UTs, 23.82 lakh calls, Telemanas mobile app, video consultation facility, these have been added. है ना? Primary health care के साथ we've also started integrating 1.77 lakh SHCs, PHCs upgraded to Ayushman Arogya Mandirs. We have brought in primary healthcare packages also. ठीक है, then we have focused on awareness and IEC initiatives also, focusing on destigmatizing mental illness. कि ऐसा नहीं हो, mental illness को हम बोलते हैं कि पागल हो गया है ना, we use terms like this, है ना? तो we don't consider them as mental, we don't consider them as पागल or something, but this stigma has to be reduced. This stigma that पागल खाने भेजना है, and all this has to be reduced. That is the major focus. ठीक है. Then we have this National Mental Health Program. When was it launched? In 1982. Aim at integrating mental health into general health care. We have Telemanas, which is India's first 24/7 mental health helpline. So if you feel, if you want to talk, you can, if you want help, then you can dial over here. Then we have Ayushman Bharat, Ayushman Arogya Mandirs, which transform PHCs, SHCs into comprehensive healthcare hubs. We have District Mental Health Program for mental health care delivery. We have telemanas, MNS disorders, mental neurological substance use disorders. Okay? Then ICMR organizes ICMR Shine Initiative, Science and Health Innovation for the Next Gen Explorers. So ICMR, in collaboration with Department of Health Research, organized a nationwide student outreach program titled ICMR Shine, Science, Health and Innovation for Next Gen Explorers on 7th and 8th August. So ICMR has launched this Shine program, you can say, which is Science, Health and Innovation for Next Gen Explorers. So this aligns with your Viksit Bharat 2047, which aims to ignite scientific curiosity, ignite scientific temperament, foster innovation, inspire the next generation so that they can, enhance their temperament, they can utilize their temperament in this aspect. Okay? Now, this program witnessed 13150 students from 9 to 12, representing 300 plus schools across 39 districts in 16 states and UTs. Students engaged in these guided laboratory tours, research exhibitions, poster walks, video presentations, live demonstrations. There's a mascot also named Dr. Curio, which was introduced as a friendly guide for the students. So they can ask you which is the mascot for this ICMR Shine initiatives. Dr. Curio. ठीक है. Then students also viewed 4 short films. So 4 short films were, shown to them. Covaxin, India's indigenous COVID-19 vaccine. iDrone, innovative healthcare delivery through drones. We have TB elimination efforts in India. Vishnu Yudh Abhyas, nationwide mock drill for pandemic preparedness. And this event, it coincided with 104th birth anniversary of Dr. Wulimiri Ramalinga Swami. ठीक है. Then there's an update on Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission also. How many Aadhaar cards had been created? 79.91 crore. This data is very important again. है ना? 67.19 crore health records linked with Aadhaar. 4.18 lakh health facilities registered on the health facility registry. 6.79 lakh healthcare professionals registered in this healthcare professionals registry. ABDM is implemented by National Health Authority. You should know that. It ensures citizen centricity, privacy, and control over personal health data. ABHA provides a unique health identity for individuals in the healthcare ecosystem. ठीक है? Then, if we talk about the ABDM progress, if you see this, how many ABHAs have been created? 79.91 crore. And these are unique health IDs. So, in these IDs, all your data, your history, and all everything related to your health is going to be in this ID card. So that whenever you have some next problem, so your entire history is mentioned in that. Health records linked to ABHA 67.19 crore. Health facilities registered 4.18 lakh. Healthcare professionals registered 6.79 lakh. Focus areas are rural and remote areas majorly. Data sharing is going to be consent based. Okay, your privacy is going to be ensured, no worries, and monitoring is going to be done by the public dashboard. The progress across states and UTs is publicly tracked. Then we have National Health Authority and CDAC launch E-sushut clinic for small and medium health providers. So the small and medium healthcare providers, we have this E-sushut clinic. This is a cloud-based hospital management information system. This was the small and medium healthcare providers. What is the aim? To simplify digital adoption, ensure interoperability, enhance efficiency in patient care and digital management. ठीक है? An MOU signed between NHA and CDAC. ठीक है, the CDAC is basically a Center for Development of Advanced Computing. Center for Development of Advanced Computing. Sushrut Clinic is a lightweight government-backed HMIS for outpatient clinics. Outpatient in the sense, आए और चले गए, not staying in or not being admitted. And for pharmacies, for nursing modules, it is developed as a lighter version of E-Sushrut HMIS, which already is used in 17 AIMS and 4,000 plus health facilities across India. It enables clinics and small hospitals to digitize patient records, prescriptions, billing, telemedicine services at a lower cost. Providers can onboard easily through this health facility registry, healthcare professionals registry. It is integrated with ABDM features, including clinical decision support systems for hypertension and diabetes. It is expected to empower tens of thousands of doctors and facility managers. We have this ABDM Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. This was launched in 2021. You should know this. The aim is to create seamless digital health ecosystem. We have the Center for Development of Advanced Computing, which is a R&D institution under METI, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Okay, this is a research and development institute. The demand for trustworthy government-backed HMIS was identified during ABDM microsite rollouts. Clinical decision support system. What is it? It is a technology tool that assists the doctors so they can provide recommendations for diagnosis and all. ठीक है? Then there's an update on National TB Elimination Program as well. The focus is on early detection and treatment using chest X-rays, upfront nucleic acid amplification tests, prompt treatment initiation. Then they have introduced differentiated TB care for high-risk cases. So for high-risk cases, different care. For preventive treatment, for preventive care, different kind of treatment is provided. Then TB services decentralized to Ayushman Arogya Mandir, matlab not centralized. It is at the local level also. We are trying to ensure accessibility. Free screening, diagnosis, treatment provided in both public and selected private facilities. We have community engagement has been strengthened through schools, PRIs, SHGs, Anganwadi, NGOs. We've brought in IEC campaigns to spread awareness about TB elimination and TB prevention symptoms and all. So National TB Elimination Program, it aims to eliminate TB in India by 2025. You need to know this target that by this year TB has to be eliminated. India accounts for the highest TB burden globally. Then we have this update on National Sickle Cell Anemia Elimination Mission, wherein as of July 2025, 6 crore around screenings completed in 17 tribal dominated states, 30 point of care tests, and 5 non rapid diagnosed tests. They have been validated. Standardized cost norm is fixed at 100 per person for SCD screening. Then 15 centers of excellence have been approved across 14 states. Okay, what is this National Sickle Cell Anemia Elimination Mission? This was launched in 2023. Aim is to eliminate sickle cell, anemia by 2047. Then monthly Ayushman Arogya Shivers are conducted to spread awareness about health programs. Research support is provided through ICMR, National Institute for Research in Tribal Health, Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh, and Center for Research Management and Control of Hemoglobinopathies, Chandrapur in Maharashtra. They are supporting, the research support is provided through them. What is sickle cell disease? What happens in sickle cell disease? This is your RBC. It turns out to be, it looks like a sickle cell. It looks like this. It looks like a sickle, like this. This is a sickle. So your blood cells, RBCs, they become sickle shaped, and they become very, you can say, pointed from the ends, which creates a problem in your nerve. And it's a blood disorder where red blood cells, they become sickle shaped, which leads to anemia, pain, organ damage, because there is poor oxygen transport. So easily that those RBCs do not spread through the the RBCs do not spread, and do not very easily the blood does not move. Okay, then PM Jan Arogya implementation. There's an update on strengthening this Jan Arogya implementation, JAY. Then it follows a zero tolerance policy towards fraud and abuse. So fraud and abuse ko zero tolerance policy. We have this national anti fraud unit which has been set up at NHA, working in coordination with state anti fraud units. 3167 hospitals were found guilty of irregularities, of violations. That is a problem that we have seen. Okay, so they were found guilty, so we have to remove these kind of things. We have to focus on removing or the zero tolerance policy towards fraud and abuse. Okay, and real time dashboard monitoring is going to happen for improved transparency and accountability. PMJY is the world's largest publicly funded health assurance scheme. It was launched in September 2018. It provides health coverage up to 5 lakh per family per year for secondary and tertiary care. ठीक है 10.74 crore poor and vulnerable families are to be covered. It is cashless, paperless, so you can just go to the all those listed hospitals. You can go there and you don't have to pay. The government is going to pay for you. ठीक है. And this Jan Arogya mission, it is a it is a flagship scheme under Ayushman Bharat. ठीक है. So we have a question for you over here. Let's see who gives me the correct answer. Just look, you have to match column A with column B. ठीक है. First steps taken to improve mental health care: ICMR Shine initiative, Ayushman Bharat digital mission, E-sushut clinic launch, National TB elimination program. Column B, may we have National Health Authority with CDAC introduces digital clinic management solution for small and medium providers, awareness, counseling services, integration of mental health with general healthcare system. Aims to foster innovation among students and young researchers, creation of unique health IDs and expansion of digital health ecosystem. Focus on screening, diagnostics, treatment, goal to eliminate TB by 2025. Hanji, does anyone want to give the answer for this question? Can you match the following? C4. Okay, so let's move on to the answer. Steps taken to improve mental health care. A2, awareness, counseling services, integration of mental health with general healthcare system. है ना? Direct, very easy. B3, ICMR Shine initiative. It aims to foster innovation among students and young researchers. है ना? That is what we saw, right? Acha, I have got answer over here. A2, E5 simple. Okay, Aryan. Satyarth Singh, A2, B4. B4 नहीं है, B3. Okay, Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, C4, creation of unique health IDs, Abha ID cards, है ना? Then E-Sushrut clinic launch. This is a national health authority with CDAC introduces digital clinic management solution. We have National TB elimination program which focused on screening, diagnostics, treatment, goal to eliminate TB by 2025. ठीक है? हाँ, B3 सत्यार्थ. आशीष A2 C4 नहीं है. हाँ, C4 राइट. E5 राइट. B1 D2. B1 D2 नहीं है ना. It is B3 A2. I hope this is clear. ठीक है. Download this PDF later and read this question. Okay. Chalo. Then we have schemes under Ministry of Education. We have this National Task Force on Student Mental Health and Suicide Prevention, which launches website to invite stakeholder inputs. This was constituted under the chairmanship of former Justice Sri Ravindra Bhatt. Okay, and this task force, what is the aim? To develop comprehensive recommendations to strengthen student well-being and prevent suicides. ठीक है, majorly to ensure that students well-being is taken care of and suicides are prevented. It covers all categories of HEIs, central, state, private universities, technical institutes. Surveys are available in English and Hindi. Students, parents, faculty, heads of institutions, service providers, NGOs, alumni, media, general public, all of them are invited, and this is supported by Department of Higher Education also. Okay. Then the task force was constituted in line with Supreme Court's initiative, so that we can, the concerns of student suicides in higher education needs to be controlled. Okay, the previous initiatives are Manodarpan 2020, which is a Ministry of Education initiative, so that we can provide psychological support to the students. Then let's talk about Ministry of Skill Development, measures to promote women entrepreneurs, MSME initiatives for women entrepreneurs. Let's talk about that. Special drives for registration for these women-owned MSMEs were there. We have public procurement policy, that minimum 3% procurement by CPSEs, ministries, departments from women-owned MSEs. See, what happens is that if government wants 100 chairs, the demand is 100 chairs. Out of this, 75 chairs can be taken from anyone, but 25 chairs government is saying ki I'm only going to take from the MSMEs, micro small enterprises only. ठीक है, so that you know, 25 chairs can come from these small enterprises also. अब इसमें से also 3%, 3 chairs are going to be taken up from women led MSMEs. बाकी 4% is for the SC ST, है ना. 4% is going to be, 4 chairs are going to be taken from SCs and all, है ना. ऐसे ऐसे करके division has been done. So 3% procurement, if the government wants 100 chairs, उसमें से 3 chairs will be taken up from the women owned micro small enterprises. ठीक है. Then if I talk about Udyam registration, then online paperless self declaration system has been ensured under this Udyam registration, which helps in registration of these MSEs, है ना, easily. So you just you have with PAN and GSTN, you can be a part of the Udyam portal, and without PAN GSTN, Udyam Assist portal, which was launched in 2023. So if you have PAN and GSTN, you can register through the Udyam portal. If you do not have, then you can register through the Udyam Assist portal. And both are eligible for priority sector lending and MSME schemes. Then we have CGT MSE credit guarantee scheme for micro and small enterprises. 90% guarantee cover is provided now. Pehle it was 75. It is 75% for the others and 90% for these MSEs. 10% concession is on guarantee fee also. ठीक है. Then Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program, PMEGP. 39 beneficiaries are women in this employment generation program. Higher subsidies for the women, 35% for women and 25% for others. Then we have the skill upgradation and Mahila Coir Yojana, which is for providing training for the women artisans in coir sector. ठीक है. Then procurement and marketing support scheme, 100% subsidy for women entrepreneurs in trade fairs. We have PM Vishwakarma, which was launched in 2023, which provides benefits to artisans and craftspersons, and especially, including the women. We have Yashaswini campaign for awareness, mentorship, hand-holding support for women entrepreneurs. Deepak Kumar, the first session, which is today, this August session, is going to be conducted on YouTube. The rest sessions are going to be conducted on the paid batches. Okay. Okay, Deepak. Suraj, is only the PDF of this month available? Just let me know. Chalo. Now let's talk about the MSDE initiatives via this National Institute for Entrepreneurship and Small Business Development and Indian Institute of Entrepreneurship. What are the skill development initiatives by these institutes? PM Janjati Adivasi Nyay Maha Abhiyan, PM Jan Man Yojana, since March 2024, setting up 500 One Dhan Vikas Kendras in 18 states, and they have trained 37,000 beneficiaries as of now. Okay? Of which 31560 are women. So you can see that a lot of women beneficiaries are a part of this Janman Yojana. Then we have Dharti Abha Janjatiya Gram Utkarsh Abhiyan Dak Juga. This is also known as PM Juga. है ना? PM Juga. Skilling centers in 37 tribal districts, capacity building for 1000 PDVKs tribal groups. 30 participants have been trained as of now, which जिसमें से 15 are women. ठीक है? Right. Then Swavalambiनी Women Entrepreneurship Program, which was launched in Feb 2025. This is in collaboration with Niti Aayog's Women Entrepreneurship Platform. 1200 female students and 600 students. Then it includes award to rewards initiative, also mentorships, workshops, seed funding. We have entrepreneurship development centers and incubation centers in Northeast. The target is 30 entrepreneurship development centers, 4 incubation centers in 8 states. And as of May 2025, 632 faculty have been trained, 912 participants trained. ठीक है? Then progress made under PMKVY and Skill India Mission. So we have this PMKVY Kaushal Vikas Yojana. How many have been trained? Around 1 crore 64 lakh 7,263. And how many have been certified? 1 crore out of them. 1 crore 30 lakh out of them. Then for under Janani Suraksha Yojana, JSS since 2018-19, we have around 31 lakh and 30 lakh have been certified. NAPS ke under 40 lakh have been trained and around 6 lakh have been certified. Under CTS, 92 lakh have been enrolled and 55 lakh ke around they have been certified. Right? You can check out the link in the comment section, Suraj. Okay, you can check the rapid revision batch over here, the PDFs that you're asking for. Okay? चलिए, what are the training centers which have been engaged? PMKVY 4.0, short term training and special projects, around 12,838. We have JSS Jan Shikshan Sansthan centers. We have National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme establishments. We have if I talk about the job roles and trades covered, we have PMKVY 750 plus job roles, JSS 51 job roles, NAPS 266 designated plus 750 optional trades, craftsman training centers through ITIs is 169 trades. We have this National Council for Vocational Education and Training, which is the regulator for vocational education training standards. 36 36 sector skill councils which are led by industry leaders so that they can set competency standards. We have flexi MOU and dual system of training. This is industry linked training for ITI students. Then future skills industry 4.0 focus AI, machine learning, robotics, drones, mechatronics, cybersecurity, 5G technician, AI assistant, etc. MOUs have been signed with IBM, Cisco, AWS, Microsoft, industry linkage. है ना? ठीक है? Then Indian Institute of Skills, Ahmedabad and Mumbai, PPP based industry 4.0 training, Skill India digital hub for skilling, education, jobs, entrepreneurship. If I talk about the impact evaluation, then PMKVY, according to Niti Aayog 2020, 94% employers are willing to hire PMKVY trained candidates. So 94%, that means there's a good success rate of this KVY, uh, training which is provided through this KVY. 52% placed candidates reported higher salaries versus uncertified peers. So you can see that there is a benefit of taking up training from KVY. Under JSS, household income almost doubled. 77% trainees shifted occupation, focuses on self-employment. NAPS structured on-the-job training will enhance their employability. ITI Traces study said that 63.5% pass-outs were employed. ठीक है? Then for monitoring and anti-fraud measures under PMKVY, Aadhaar-based enrollment has been taken up. Call validation, surprise visits, virtual verification, so that frauds are not conducted and everything is happening in a transparent manner. For NAPS, NSC and SMRC at national level, state apprenticeship advisors plus apprenticeship portal for monitoring. Under JSS, it has been monitored via SIDH portal, field visits. State RDSDE officials supervise. 16 member board of management per JSS. State directorates manage The daily ops of under ITIs, data-driven ITI grading system was introduced. All this was for preventing any kind of fraud. Then ITIs were established under skill development program. So India currently has around 14,615 ITIs, comprising 3316 government ITIs and 11299 private ITIs. In January 2025, around 400 ITIs were de-affiliated for not admitting trainees. Okay, then DGT is Directorate General of Training, which is a body under MSDE responsible for formulating training policies, implementing skill development initiatives. Then we have the Navya Initiative. What is this Navya Initiative? Nurturing aspirations through vocational training for young adolescent girls initiative. So Navya for the adolescent girls so that their employability can increase in future. The focus is on girls aged 16 to 18 years in aspirational districts. Coverages of 19 states and 27 districts. Training target is 3850 adolescent girls. Skills offered is non-traditional modern sectors में digital marketing, cyber security, AI enabled services. Such kind of training is provided. It includes life skills, financial literacy, digital competence, health, nutrition, hygiene, legal awareness. It encourages employability, self-employment, internships, apprenticeships, job opportunities. It aims to bridge the gap between education and livelihood for girls so that their employability can increase. For safe and gender inclusive training is provided to them. ठीक है, PMKVY Kaushal Vikas Yojana, it is a flagship skill development scheme of Government of India. Fine. Then we have scheme under Ministry of Women and Child Development. Special registration drive for Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana, which has been extended till August 15, 2025. So 4.05 crore women have benefited under this Yojana. 19,028 crore disbursed as maternity benefits through DBT. 5,000. So, what is the cash incentive under this? 5,000 in two installments for first child, 6,000 in one installment for the second child, but that second child should be a girl child. If that second child is not a girl child, then the 6,000 extra installment will not be provided. So, this PMMVY Matru Vandana Yojana, it is a centrally sponsored scheme under Mission Shakti sub-scheme Samarthya. And we have this PMMVY software also, which was launched in March 23, which enabled Aadhaar based authentication verification and also for DBT transfer. Taki there is no fraud, there is transparency maintained. Okay, then we have this special registration drive for Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana extended till August 2025. Reforms in the PMMVY portal. They have integrated the grievance module, multilingual toll free helpline. You can see over here. 14408 is the uh, multilingual toll free helpline. Aadhaar based biometric authentication. Facial recognition system is utilized. Okay, then the scheme aims to provide partial compensation for wage loss, promotes nutritious diets, health seeking behavior, positive attitudes towards girl child. And what is this Mission Shakti? It is the major umbrella scheme under Ministry of Women and Child Development. What is the focus? Women safety, security, empowerment. And this Yojana falls under its sub scheme Samarthya. Then around 2,500 women have been trained under NCW's Yashodha AI literacy program since May 2025. So what is this Yashodha AI literacy program? This was launched by National Commission for Women. Name of the program is Yashodha AI literacy program. When was this started? May 2025. Beneficiaries around 2,500 women. They have been trained. Rural and semi-urban areas are the focus. And participants are SHG members, local elected representatives like Sarpanch, Pradhans, Parshads, mayors, MLAs, ASHA workers, micro and entrepreneurs. ठीक है, focus area is that we are going to provide AI literacy, cyber security, digital privacy, safe online practices. Such kind of training will be provided. ठीक है, the NCW has been running several digital literacy and skill building programs. AI literacy programs, they help women adapt to digital economy. And this initiative aligns with Government of India's push towards digital India and women's empowerment through technology driven solutions. Then more than 72.22 lakh pregnant women registered under Mission Poshan 2.0. Over 4.05 crore beneficiaries covered under this PMMBY till July 2025. So, as of 31st July 2025, more than 72.22 lakh pregnant women are registered as beneficiaries under this mission Poshan 2.0. ठीक है? Via this Poshan tracker. And since its inception, 4.05 crore women have received maternity benefits under this Matru Vandana Yojana. ठीक है? And they get benefits, through this DBT, direct benefit transfers. Right? Then what are some key maternal health initiatives? Matru Vandana Yojana, I've told you, for the first child, 5,000 rupees in two installments. For second child, 6,000 rupees only if it is a girl child in one installment. It is a centrally sponsored scheme under your mission Shakti Samarthya. It uses a Matru Vandana Yojana soft with Aadhaar based verification, DBT, FRS authentication. We have this mission Portion 2.0 from 15th Finance Commission period. It provides supplementary nutrition, extra nutrition. ठीक है, supplementary nutrition for 300 days per year to children. ठीक है, pregnant women, lactating mothers, adolescent girls. Nutritional standard for pregnant women and ages adolescent girls are 600 calories plus 18 to 20 gram protein plus micronutrients. There is this portion tracker app which was launched in 2021, which talks about real time monitoring of AWCs, beneficiary tracking, stunting, wasting data. We have this facial recognition system also which was introduced, which has become mandatory from 1st July 2025. We have grievance redressal toll helpline also 14408. ठीक है, we have this Suman scheme, maternal health schemes under NHM. Suman scheme, zero denial, free quality maternal and newborn care is provided under Suman. Janani Shishu Suraksha Karyakram, free institutional delivery, transport, medicines, blood, diet. Then PMSMA, Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matritva Abhiyan, free antenatal care by specialists is provided. Postnatal care optimization is provided. Incentives to ASHAs have been given for high risk postpartum detection or referrals. Then we have Village Health Sanitation and Nutrition Day, monthly outreach at Anganwadis for maternal and child health services. We have Anemia Mukt Bharat life cycle approach with IFA supplementation. We have Poshan Bhi Padhai Bhi initiative, training Anganwadi workers through master trainers. ठीक है? Then we have these special tribal initiatives, PM Janman Mission. We have Dharti Aba Janjatiya Gram Unnat Abhiyan, Dakjuga, which is also known as PM Juga. है ना? Then PMMVY beneficiaries 4.05 crore. This you have to remember. Mission Portion 2.0 registered pregnant women 72.22 lakh plus. And Anganwadi workers trained under Portion Bhi Padhai Bhi 5.81 lakh plus. ठीक है? Then we have Ministry of Youth and Sports. ठीक है? The Ministry of Youth and Sports through My Bharat has signed a memorandum of understanding with School of Ultimate Leadership Foundation to strengthen youth leadership across India. The aim is to develop 1 lakh youth leaders and aged 18 to 29 years through structured training and capacity building programs. If I talk about the MOU details, it is signed between My Bharat and Seoul for a period of 3 years. Target is creation of 1 lakh youth leaders across India. Focus areas governance, public policy, social entrepreneurship, foreign policy communications. Implementation, the activities include conclaves, workshops, fellowships, joint research and networking events. ठीक है, selection is through pan India inclusive approach ensuring participation from rural, tribal, aspirational districts, women, marginalized communities. ठीक है, this MOU also facilitates exchange of trainers, resource persons, expertise between My Bharat and Seoul. What is this My Bharat initiative under Department of Youth Affairs? To empower Indian youth through leadership, governance, and nation building opportunities. Right? Then we have Ministry of Labor and Employment. We have this Pradhan Mantri Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana, which was announced to boost youth employment. So on 12th Independence Day, of his 12th Independence Day address from Red Fort, Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced the launch of Pradhan Mantri Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana. Very important yojana. You should know about this scheme. What is the scheme outlay? 1 lakh crore. Target is creation of 3.5 crore jobs in 2 years. Firstly, part A under this scheme is that we are going to provide uh, support to the youth. Part A is providing support to the youth. Incentive of up to 15,000 in two installments will be provided to first time employees who are registered with EPFO. And if your salary is up to 1 lakh. First installment will be given after 6 months, second after 12 months, and completion of a financial literacy program. What are the expected beneficiaries? 1.92 crore first time employees. Support to employers. Part B is support to employers. Incentive up to 3,000 per month per new employee. So if you are hiring a new employee per month, then you're going to get 3,000 rupees incentive. In manufacturing sector, benefits will continue for third and fourth year as well. Right, then Pradhan Mantri Viksit, under this Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana, uh, the scheme outlays 1 lakh crore. Target is creation of 3.5 crore jobs in 2 years. This is the target. ठीक है? अच्छा, this youth and for employers, we have seen 3,000 per month. We have already seen this, है ना? It's the same thing here. The 19.37 lakh new workers enrolled under the ESI scheme in June 2025. Total enrollment is 19.37 lakh new workers. They joined the ESI scheme in June 2025. If I talk about youth participation, 9.5 lakh employees up to 25 years of age have been participating. If I talk about female enrollment, 4.13 lakh women employees registered in June 2025. If I talk about transgender inclusion, 87 transgender employees enrolled under the scheme. 34,762 establishment registered under the ESI scheme. Growth over May 2025, newly registered youth rose from 9.46 lakh to 9.58 lakh. We have the ESI scheme, which is a social security scheme under Ministry of Labor and Employment. It provides medical cash, maternity, disability, dependent benefits. Scheme applies to establishments with 10 or more employees. ESIC has been expanding its reach to ensure universal social security coverage for workers in both organized and unorganized sectors. Then data on MSP and farmers' income, minimum support price. This is under Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. So government has fixed MSPs for 22 mandated agricultural crops for marketing season 25-26. And recommendations are based on CACP. ठीक है? Your recommendations are based on CACP, and the final decision is made by CCEA, Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. Right, MSPs are announced for the entire country. It considers cost of production, fair remuneration, farmers welfare, and a budget allocation for Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare has risen sharply from 21,933 crore to 1,27,290 crore in 25-26. ठीक है? So MSP is like a market intervention wherein the government is confirming to the farmers ki don't worry, if in case there is any loss or if the market is not providing you the rate which is justified for your product, then don't worry, we are going to procure it from you at what rate? At this minimum support price. ठीक है? So CACP recommends MSPs after analyzing factors like cost of cultivation, demand supply trends, market prices and trade parity. ठीक है? Then we have soil health card scheme in Tamil Nadu. It was launched in 2015. This soil health card scheme, it has been effectively implemented in Tamil Nadu as of 30th June 2025. A total of 150 2.51 lakhs this soil health cards have been issued. ठीक है? Then SHCs are distributed as per citizen charter to ensure timely delivery. Then advisories are issued through ATMA officials, Krishi Sakhis, mobile soil testing laboratory. And they conduct village level training sessions. MSTL vans collect soil samples, conduct tests, issue SHCs with instant advisories. Village level agriculture development groups issue advisories before Kharif and Rabi season. 36 static labs in Tamil Nadu have received NABL recognition. Then soil testing infrastructure has been upgraded with modern equipment. We have soil lab registry which has been digitized. Problematic soil pockets have been identified. So HSC scheme was launched in 2015 at the national level to promote balanced use of fertilizers. Okay, so we have this soil health card scheme. We are going to understand what is the health of the soil, and based on measuring the health of the soil, we are going to identify what all nutrients or what all fertilizers are required to be sprayed on the land. It aims to reduce cost of cultivation and improve soil fertility and productivity. The soil health card is a report card for farmers that provides nutrient status of soil. So what in this card it is mentioned that what is the nutrient status, what is the nutrient status of the soil, and based on that whatever is required we can supply. ठीक है? Fine. Then India-US trade deal in agriculture sector. So India and US, they are in discussions for this bilateral trade agreement. They are trying to expand trade and investment, and the focus is on agricultural products and labor intensive sectors. The objective is to promote fairness, national security, job creation, especially in which sectors? Labor intensive sectors. So their discussions include, how to enhance the market access, how to reduce the tariff and non-tariff barriers, how to strengthen supply chain integration, and it is prioritizing farmers' livelihood interest, food security. Okay, then there's this Indo-US trade deal in agriculture sector that we are talking about right now, right? So they are talking about India's agricultural exports to US. What are the agricultural exports to US? Rice, spices, marine products, organic products, and imports are nuts, fresh fruits, pulses. So taxes on duties imposed on imports or exports to protect domestic industry. We have certain tariff barriers and non-tariff barriers. So what are tariff barriers? Just you are putting deliberately a tax, है ना, to control the price, है ना, to basically so that there's not much influx of the imported goods and it does not impact the domestic industrialists and all. Non-tariff barriers are we are not directly putting money kind of penalty. We are putting quotas, import licensing, sanitary standards and all. Indirect ways to control imports. That is done through non-trade, non-tariff barriers. Then we have this digital agriculture mission, which was launched in September 2024 to create digital public infrastructure for agriculture. Okay, what is this DPI? It includes AgriStack, Krishi Decision Support System, Soil Fertility and Profile Maps. We have AgriStack DPI, which is built on the three core registries: Geo-referenced village maps, Crop Zone Registry, Farmers Registry, which is maintained by states and UTs. We have Farmer Registry, which stores demographic, land holding, crop details to help farmers so that they can have access to services like credit, insurance, procurement, online trading. We have this digital crop survey which provides real time and accurate crop area data. Okay, we have this digital Krishi DSS which integrates geospatial and non-geospatial data, satellite, weather, soil, water schemes, all data related to this, and creates crop maps, soil maps, yield estimation models. Then we have the soil resource mapping, nationwide mapping project by Soil and Land Use Survey of India. We have per drop more crop scheme ongoing since 2015-16, which talks about micro irrigation. है ना, micro irrigation, so that a lot of water is not wasted. जहाँ पे ज़रूरत है, जितनी ज़रूरत है, we are going to use drip and sprinkler systems. What is the financial assistance provided under this per drop more crop? 55% subsidy for small and marginal farmers, 45% subsidy for other farmers, and support is limited to 5 hectares per beneficiary. States may provide additional top up subsidies, and micro irrigation also promotes fertigation. Fertigation is that fertilizers should be used efficiently. Yeah, so DPI is what? It is a set of shared digital platforms which enable delivery of public and private services. So basically it is the digital platforms which help in providing services and all in efficiently and transparently. Fertigation is process of applying fertilizers along with irrigation water directly to the crops, which ensures efficiency, reducing wastage. ठीक है? Then under Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, we have this pandemic fund project. The Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying has secured a grant under G20 Pandemic Fund project. What is the title? Animal Health Security Strengthening in India for Pandemic Preparedness and Response. This was launched on 25th October 2024. The focus is on reducing risk of pathogens from animals spilling over to humans, ensuring public health so that these pathogens from animals do not spread to us humans. Focusing on nutritional security. Project aims to strengthen India's pandemic preparedness in the animal health sector. Okay, so what are the focus areas? Laboratory augmentation, surveillance, early warning systems, human resource capacity, risk communication. How much grant has been received? 25 million US dollars from G20 pandemic fund has been released. 12 million US dollar from Asian Development Bank, 8.714 million dollars from FAO Food and Agriculture Organization, 4.285 million dollars from World Bank. ठीक है, and as of 30th June 2025, 0.837 million US dollars out of $5.442 million have been released. ठीक है, then zoonotic diseases like avian flu, Nipah virus, COVID-19, they highlight the importance of monitoring these animal to human disease transmission, because a lot of diseases are being spread from animals to the humans. ठीक है, and we need to protect that. We need to protect that disease transmission. We need to focus on a one health approach. We need to integrate animal, human, and environmental health all together, because all these are interrelated. ठीक है, through environment also we get a lot of diseases, through animals we get a lot of diseases. That means human diseases should not be taken up in isolation. We should consider integrate animal, human, environment health. ठीक है, zoonotic diseases, what are the zoonotic diseases which are transmitted from animals to humans? Rabies, avian influenza, which is from the birds. Then we have this national program for dairy development. ठीक है, the Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying, they have implemented the central sector scheme national program for dairy development since 2014-15. What is the aim? To enhance quality of milk and milk products while boosting organized procurement, processing, value addition, and marketing in the dairy sector. So to improve marketing and all, boosting this dairy sector. ठीक है, if we talk about the impact as of now, then 31,908 dairy cooperative societies are organized or have been revived. 17.63 lakh additional milk producers have been enrolled. 120.68 lakh kg per day increase in milk procurement we can see. 61,677 village level milk testing laboratories have been created. 5995 bulk milk coolers with 149.35 lakh liter chilling capacity. 279 dairy plant laboratories are upgraded. ठीक है, then there are revised targets for 25-26. Formation of 21,902 new DCS across India. Financial outlays 407.37 crores. 1804 DCS already organized. We have these mobile veterinary units as well. So 4019 MVUs have been operational nationwide. 96.86 lakh livestock farmers and 2.01 crore animals have been beneficiaries. For example, in Bhind district of Madhya Pradesh, 15,307 farmers and 19,472 animals were benefited. ठीक है? So this NPDD is designed to support state cooperatives, unions, producer companies. It strengthens rural dairy infrastructure, enhances testing and quality assurance. We have the Dairy Cooperative Society, which is a village level organization of milk producers who pool their milk for collective procurement. Then supporting schemes for livestock farmers, dairy producers and fishermen. We have this National Livestock Mission, which was realigned in 21-22, modified in Feb 2024. They include camel, horse, donkey breed improvement. These have been added. Objective is providing employment, entrepreneurship and per animal productivity. There are submissions under this. We have the breed development of livestock and poultry, which provides support for poultry, sheep, goat, piggery, camel, donkey, horse. ठीक है? Then 50% subsidy up to 50 lakh for units have been provided. Genetic improvement through AI, nucleus breeding farms. We have feed and fodder development. Incentives for seed production have been provided. 250 per kg breeder, 150 per kg foundation, 100 per kg certified. And then innovation and extension के लिए support for R&D, livestock insurance awareness programs have been provided. We have AHIDF, Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Development Fund. Outlays around 29,110 crore. So what is the scope? Dairy and meat processing, animal feed plants, breed farms, vaccine production, waste management. So this is a fund which is going to provide money for all these things. And what are the benefits? 3% interest subvention for 8 years is going to be provided, up to 90% of loan coverage. Credit guarantee fund is there, 750 crores, 25% guarantee for the MSMEs. We have this Rashtriya Gokul mission since 2014. The objective is conservation of indigenous breeds, genetic upgradation, higher milk productivity. We have this, there are certain major initiatives under this Rashtriya Gokul mission. We have this artificial insemination program. We have the sex sorted semen, 1.25 crore doses have been produced. 90% for female calves accuracy has been taken up. We have IVF programs also, 23 IVF labs, 26,999 embryos have been produced, 2,366 calves born. We have Maitre's AI technicians, 38,736 have been trained. progeny testing and pedigree selection. Uh, 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 4243 high genetic merit bulls produced, strengthening semen stations 47 upgraded. Anurag, I don't know, but this will take some more time because this is going to be a long class, है ना? This will take maybe half an hour more. Then we have livestock health and disease control program, because this is for the entire month, है ना? So this will take, this is a you can say compilation of all days of your PIB news of the month of August, and we are taking it in one session. Okay. So we have livestock health and disease control program. The aim is to safeguard animal health, prevent zoonotic and economic diseases. What are the components? National Animal Disease Control Program, which is going to eradicate FMD and brucellosis via vaccination. We have Critical Animal Disease Control Program. We have ESVHD MVU mobile veterinary units. We have assistance to states for control of animal diseases, which provides state aid for labs, outbreak control, compensation. I'm not sure, Ashish, half an hour or what. I don't remember. I don't know. I'm on which slide. Okay, so I will check I'm on which slide. But I'm really not sure how much time it is going to take. No idea. Anyway, let's continue. Let's see how where it goes. Now, half an hour to minimum, is going to be there. Okay, chalo. Pashu Aushadhi, affordable generic and ethno-veterinary medicines via PM Kisan Samriddhi Kendras. We have national program for dairy development also. There are two components. Component A for strengthening testing and chilling infrastructure. Component B, uh, um, component B, daring through cooperatives. It is a JICA assisted project, Japan assisted project. ठीक है? Outlays 1568.28 crore. Then we have supporting dairy cooperatives and FPOs. The outlays 500 crore. Benefit is interest subvention, 2% regular and 2% on prompt repayment. So if you are repaying promptly, then extra 2% subvention. ठीक है? Then we have Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, which was launched in 2020. The outlay is 20,050 crore. Aim is blue revolution, sustainable fisheries, employment, infrastructure development. The coverage is inland and marine fisheries. Coverage is going to be for inland and marine fisheries, aquaculture, post harvest marketing. ठीक है? If I talk about insurance, for death and permanent disability, 5 lakh tak insurance is provided. For partial disability, 2.5 lakh insurance. For just hospitalization, 25,000 insurance is provided. 103.73 lakh fishers insured from 2022 to 25. Fund has been released 54.03 crore. We have this Pradhan Mantri Matsya Kisan Samriddhi Sahyojana, which is a central sector sub scheme under your Matsya Sampada Yojana. The funds are 6,000 crore. Insurance incentives 40% of premium up to 25,000 per hectare and maximum 1 lakh. For intensive aquaculture, 40% subsidy, maximum 1 lakh. We have Fisheries and Aquaculture Infrastructure Development Fund. The fund size is around 7,500 crores. The benefit is concessional finance is provided at more than equal to 5% interest. Government of India provides 3% interest subvention. And what is the coverage? State, UTs, cooperatives, entrepreneurs. Fine. Then, so what all do you have to remember from the exam point of view? What are the schemes with subsidy focus? We have NLM, National Rural, we have this NLM 50% up to 50 lakh, PM MKSSY 40% insurance incentives. We have we have tech breakthroughs, indigenous sex audit, SIM and IVF media, financial support mechanisms. We have this infrastructure development fund for animal husbandry, है ना? SDC FPO, FIDF में 3% subvention. Then Blue Revolution Push PM Matsya Sampada Yojana. And now we have Animal Health Safety, NADCP, FMD, brucellosis, CADCP. Basically, this is the gist of what we have done. है ना? The Livestock Health and Disease Control Program. The Government of India's Livestock Health and Disease Control Program has significantly reduced the spread of major livestock diseases like foot and mouth disease, brucellosis, lumpy skin disease. So, vaccination drives have been taken up, and for that, they have tried to reduce these diseases. Then if we talk about the disease reduction trends, then FMD outbreaks reduced from 132 in 2019 to 93 in 2024. Only 6 cases till June 2025. Brucellosis outbreaks decreased from 20 in 2019 to 5 in 2024. LSD cases are currently active only in Maharashtra. 100% central assistance is provided to the states or UTs for vaccination. Central procurement of vaccines with cold chain infrastructure strengthening, regular monitoring to prevent vaccine shortages. Right? Then institutional support is provided. Financial support extended to premier ICR institutes like NIFMD, Bhubaneswar, IVRI, Bareilly, and Bengaluru, NIVEDI, Bengaluru. You know, then these institutes oversee vaccine R&D and production quality testing as per Indian Pharmacopoeia 2020 2018. ठीक है. Veterinary manpower and infrastructure, if I talk about that, in Sikkim, 50 veterinary officers serving against 84 sanctioned posts, 55 posts notified for recruitment, 6 MVUs operational for doorstep services. And if I talk about the national ratio, as per 20th livestock census, livestock population is 53.7 crore. Total registered veterinarians 87,914. Livestock to veterinarian ratio is approximately 6108 is to 1. Recommended is 5000 is to 1, but currently it is 6108 is to 1, which is very less. Okay, fine. Then Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Development Fund is implementing the Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Development Fund to enhance. This Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying is implementing this fund for enhancing infrastructure in the livestock sector. ठीक है, financial support 3% interest subvention for 8 years is provided. Term loans up to 90% of project cost. No ceiling on eligible term loan amount. Credit guarantee of 25% on MSME projects. Via this NAB Sarakshan Trustee Private Limited. And coverage of beneficiaries, which all beneficiaries are covered: individual entrepreneurs, private companies, farmer producer organizations, MSMEs, section 8 companies, dairy cooperatives. Around 402 projects have been approved since inception, and additional 37 projects under DIDF have been subsumed. Then 43,372 jobs have been generated. Okay, and benefits to approximately 25 lakh farmers we have seen. If I talk about capacity creation for dairy, it is 214.73 lakh LPD, for meat 9.7 lakh MTPA, animal feed 100.22 lakh TPA, waste to health 10,351 MTA, veterinary medicines 3 crore injectable doses, ठीक है, 1 crore ointments, 36 crore tablets, 90 lakh bolus, 60,000 kg powder. If I talk about breed improvement, and 25 crore poultry birds, 2300 cattle, 110 pigs, 191 crore eggs. Budget allocation for HAIDF for 25-26 260 crores, and total till now from 2020-21 is 679.5 crores. Okay, this Dairy Infrastructure Development Fund has been merged with AHIDF from February 2024. Okay, this you have to remember. Then under Ministry of Rural Development, we have there's an increase in the old age pension under NSAP, National Social Assistance Program के अंदर the old age pension scheme has been increased. The central contribution is 200 per month per beneficiary if you are between 60 to 79 years of age, 500 per month per beneficiary 80 years and above. Okay, so 200 for 60 to 79 years, 500 for 80 years and above. And there is state and UT top up also. Additional amount ranging from rupees 50 to 3800 per month is provided. Average pension is around 1000 per month in most states and UTs. So central funds released, the fund, if we talk about the fund flow, then central funds have been released to states UTs who implement and disperse pensions. From 21-22 onwards, SC and ST beneficiaries are identified separately under NSAP. Rajasthan is an example. Category wise allocation data shared for the last 5 years. NSAP was launched in 1995. It covers other components like widow pension, also disability pension, also, and this is a scheme under Ministry of Rural Development. ठीक है? Okay, I hope this is clear. Then credit facility to women self-help groups. So under this DAY NRLM, we have this credit facility to women self-help groups has been enhanced. Banks have cumulatively disbursed loans worth 11 crore to SHGs with outstanding amount of 299,833.35 crores. ठीक है, since inception of DAY NRLM, banks have disbursed 11 lakh crore in loans to these women SHGs. ठीक है, around 11 lakh crore loans. Then if I talk about policy framework, RBI issues a master circular annually for these public and private sector banks and small finance banks. ठीक है, then credit facility to women self-help groups. We have this institutional mechanism, annual central level coordination committee chaired by Secretary of Rural Development. There are periodic consultations with banks, RRBs, cooperative banks, state rural livelihood missions. है ना? We have this operational support is provided through the bank sakhis. ठीक है, bank sakhis are positioned at branches to support these SHG loans. We have community based repayment mechanism also, which ensures repayment discipline. NRLM SHG bank linkage portal, we have banklinkage.locus.in, which is developed to track disbursement and repayment. Portal sources real time data from banks' core banking systems. If I talk about capacity building, then regular training, orientation programs for bankers have been introduced to enhance SHG credit linkage. Right? So DAY NRLM, it was launched in 2011 by Ministry of Rural Development to promote self-employment and skill development among the rural poor, and focuses on financial inclusion, social mobilization, and mostly through self-help groups, women empowerment is ensured. Right? Then under Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, we have the MSME Ministry, which empowers MSEs with digital and e-commerce support under the RAMP program. ठीक है, so Ministry of MSME has launched this MSE team trade enablement and marketing initiative under this raising and accelerating MSME performance, which is a World Bank supported program. What is the aim? To empower MSEs by equipping them with digital tools, integrating them into online e-commerce marketplaces through this ONDC, Open Network for Digital Commerce. Right, so this MSE team initiative, it provides assistance in onboarding, digital cataloging, account management, logistics, packaging. Right, we have this e-khadi India portal, which is dedicated e-commerce platform for khadi and village industries products. ठीक है, and this has been integrated with government e-marketplace portal. We have MSME Global Mart. This is a B2B marketplace operated by NSIC, connecting MSMEs with domestic and international buyers. We have this PMS scheme, procurement and marketing support scheme, which helps MSMEs participate in trade fairs, exhibitions, B2B meets. And the target is to benefit 5 lakh MSEs with 50% or 2.5 lakh being women owned entrepreneurs. And the reach should be in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. RAMP program is a World Bank supported program. The aim is to enhance MSME productivity, competitiveness, resilience. And what is this ONDC? It is a government initiative to democratize this digital commerce by enabling small sellers and buyers to connect on an open interoperable platform. So on this platform you will be able to see कि अच्छा फ्लिपकार्ट पे कितना पैसा है, कितने पैसे का that product you getting, मिंत्रा पे कितना मिल रहा है, अमेजोन पे कितना मिल रहा है, so that you can buy the best price out of these. Fine. Then we have Ministry of Defense. We have this inaugural India New Zealand Defense Strategic Dialogue held in New Delhi, which is the first ever India New Zealand Defense Strategic Dialogue. ठीक है, on 5th August 2025, this dialogue took place, and the focus is on strengthening bilateral defense and security cooperation. ठीक है, what were the areas of cooperation? Training, capacity building, defense industry, maritime security, multinational cooperation. India praised New Zealand's successful command of CTF 150. 5 Indian Navy officers were deputed in the CTF 150, so India had praised this, and the dialogue builds on growing India New Zealand ties. What is the CTF 150? It is a Combined Task Force 150. It is a multinational naval task force that conducts maritime security operations in the Red Sea. ठीक है, Gulf of Aden, Indian Ocean, Gulf of Oman, to counter terrorism and ensure safe maritime trade. This is the reason. Fine. Then defense production soared to an all-time high of 1.51 lakh crore in financially 24-25. So we have this Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative, self-reliant India we want to become, right? So for this, our defense production increased to an all-time high. It touched 1.50 lakh crore in financially 24-25, showing 18% growth over financially 23-24 and 90% growth since financially 2019-20. Public sector contributed 77% and private sector contributed 23%. Okay, and defense exports also hit a record 23,622 crore in financial year 24-25, right? Which is a 12.04% rise from 21,083 crore in financial year 23-24. If I talk about the defense public sector undertakings, these are state-owned defense manufacturing enterprise which produce arms, ammunition, aircraft, naval systems. Though they are basically public sector undertakings just for defense purpose. ठीक है? Then MOD signs MOU with QCI to enhance veteran welfare services. So Department of Ex-Servicemen Welfare, Ministry of Defence signed a memorandum of understanding with Quality Council of India. The aim is to improve delivery of pension, healthcare, resettlement and welfare services for over 63 lakh veterans and their families. Okay, so this is for veterans and their families specifically. Okay. Then we have other important news. For example, the cabinet approved semiconductor manufacturing units in Odisha, Punjab, and Andhra Pradesh. Remember, where all? Odisha, Punjab, and Andhra Pradesh. Under this India Semiconductor Mission, total investment is 4,600 crores. It is expected to generate employment for 2034 skilled professionals. 2034 skilled professionals. Okay? Create indirect jobs in electronics ecosystem. 10 semiconductor projects have been approved so far, with cumulative investments of 1.60 lakh crore across 6 states. What are the details of these approved projects? We have this SysSem, which is Odisha Bhubaneswar Info Valley, collaboration with Classic Wafer Fab Limited, UK, India's first commercial compound semiconductor fab. This is in Odisha Bhubaneswar Info Valley. Okay? Products are silicon carbide devices. Annual capacity is going to be 60,000 wafers and 96 million packaged units. And where is the application of these wafers and all? In defense, missiles and all, EVs, railways, inverters, then fast chargers, consumer appliances, data centers. Then we have this 3D glass solutions, which is in Odisha Bhubaneswar again, Info Valley. ठीक है, it brings world's most advanced semiconductor packaging technology. Annual capacity is around 69,600 glass panel substrates. Then we have 50 million units, 13,200 3DHI modules. Applicable in defense, AI, photonics, high performance computing, co-packaged optics and all. Then there's this advanced system in package technologies in Andhra Pradesh, ASIP in Andhra Pradesh. Tech tie-up is with APAC Company Limited of South Korea. 96 million units is the annual capacity, and this application is going to be on the for mobile phones, set-top boxes, automotive electronics, consumer devices. We have this Continental Device India Limited, Punjab Mohali. Expansion of discrete semiconductor manufacturing. Annual capacity is 158.38 billion units. Right? So ISM, this Indian Semiconductor Mission, it complements India's strong chip design ecosystem. Supported in 278 academic institutions and 72 startups. 60,000 plus students they have benefited. And this is for your, we want to focus on Atmanirbhar Bharat. That is why we are focusing on this semiconductor mission also. Semiconductors as of now are very, very important. Then cabinet approved submission of bid for Commonwealth Games 2030. So India is bidding ki it should host Commonwealth Games 2030. And approval includes signing of host collaboration agreement and sanctioning grant in aid to the Gujarat government if the bid is accepted. So it is not accepted. We are still bidding कि हमें करने दो 2030 का Commonwealth Games. Let us host this Commonwealth Games. ठीक है? So this is the basically right now cabinet has approved this Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports ka proposal to submit the bid. Approval covers required guarantees from ministries, departments, authorities. Ahmedabad is positioned as the host city. with world-class stadiums, infrastructure. Narendra Modi Stadium, which is the world's largest, showcased its capacity by hosting the 2023 ICC Cricket World Cup final. And this Commonwealth Games 2030 is expected to witness participation from 72 countries. So, our bid is कि हमें करने दो, let us host this Commonwealth Games. Then we have this contribution of AYUSH in medical field. So Ministry of AYUSH has expanded its role in preventive, promotive and curative healthcare through education, research, regulation and global promotion. Okay, so two statutory commissions are going to regulate education and practice. We have National Commission for Indian System of Medicine, Ayurved, Siddh, Unani, Sova Rigpa. We have National Commission for Homeopathy. 12 national level teaching institutes provides UG, PG, doctoral and specialty training. So basically, you want to, uh, provide education in this healthcare wala area. Okay, 5 autonomous research councils conduct OPD services. Then facilities include 30 CCRS institute. Then, what are the schemes and initiatives? We have National AYUSH Mission, which provides financial assistance to states, UTs for AYUSH facilities. AYUSH Visa since July 2023. Special visa category for foreign nationals seeking AYUSH treatments. We have medical value travel. MOA signed MOU with ITDC. Organized zonal summits. Medical visa portal we have, which streamlines medical attendant visas and all invitation letters. Okay, then capacity building and workforce development. And next year one. What are the schemes? Ayur Gyan 2021-22, which supports training and continuing medical education. We have IC scheme, International Cooperation Scheme, which promotes export, academic chairs abroad, training workshops, global recognition. We have research and training programs. We have like Spark, which is research exposure for UG students. We have PG Star, training for PG Ayurveda scholars, PhD and postdoctoral fellowships, advanced research support. We have Prayatna, scientific writing skills for PG, PhD scholars, ARMS, training in research methodology and biostatistics. Then, what are the other trainings? Master training on standard treatment guidelines, training for drug regulators, regular seminars, workshops at national institutes. Okay. Then, FSI and Ministry of Ayush released definitive list of Ayurveda Ahar products. There's a list which they have developed. Ayurveda Ahar products. That means food and all should be eaten according to uh, uh, food and all should be eaten according to the ayurveda, है ना, कि, how much portion should be eating and when to eat, when not to eat, what all foods to combine, like that. Those are our products. So FSI in consultation with MOA issued, Ministry of Ayush issued a definitive list of this category A Ayurveda Ahar products. It is based on classical Ayurvedic texts, Schedule A under the Food Safety and Standards Ayurveda Ahar Regulations 2022. It brings clarity for food business operators. It provides confidence to the consumers that we are going to eat some healthy food now, integrated with Ayurveda knowledge. We have this Ayurveda Ahar regulations of 2022, which recognizes foods formulated per recipes, ingredients, processes from authoritative Ayurvedic texts. ठीक है, and where is the list issued under Note 1 of Schedule B. Then a process for future editions, FBOs can request inclusion of additional products also in future. Now, what is the importance of Ayurveda Ahar? It embodies India's timeless food culture with Ayurveda. It promotes preventive healthcare, balanced and sustainable lifestyle, stronger immunity and better digestion, aligns tradition with modern nutrition practices. Right? What are the institutional rules? FSI is the regulatory clarity. FSI provides regulatory clarity and helps in industry facilitation. Ministry of Ayush focuses on knowledge validation promotion. We have National Institute of Ayurveda in Jaipur. It is the nodal institute for Ayurveda Ahar compendium, curated and validated formulations for classical texts. We have Ayurveda Ahar. What are Ayurveda Ahar? Food products aligned with Ayurvedic dietary principles, balance, seasonal suitability, natural ingredients. क्या खाना चाहिए, कब खाना चाहिए, मॉर्निंग में खाना चाहिए, इवनिंग में खाना चाहिए, all that. Category A products क्या है? These are formulations strictly based on classical texts, scheduled A texts. ठीक है, these are authoritative Ayurvedic texts which form the basis of these recipes, and we have scheduled B regulations which contains product list and provisions for expansion. Remember these things. ठीक है. Then we have NMPB, which signs two MOUs on medicinal plants conservation and awareness. National Medicinal Plants Board. First MOU, so different MOUs have been signed on medicinal plants conservation. So we have the first MOU, NMPB, National Medicinal Plants Board, and Ishved Bioplants Venture in Pune. What is the objective? Conserving and maintaining germplasm of rare, endangered, and threatened medicinal plants. So germplasm क्या होता है? What is germplasm? It is the base on which the genetic modification can be done. So what do we do? Germplasm में we collect, these this basic germplasm to do some study on it, so that we know about the genesis, about the genetic makeup of the plant and all of those medicinal plants, and so that we can further do some additions and all on that. ठीक है. Then use of tissue culture techniques are there for developing cultivation and maintenance protocols, ensuring supply of RET medicinal plants to AYUSH ministry, collaboration and knowledge sharing to be promoted. Second MOU is between NMPB, AIA and AIMS New Delhi. AIA is All India Institute of Ayurveda, AIMS New Delhi and NMPB. Okay, so what is the purpose? To spread public awareness about medicinal plants, benefit the patients, students, visitors, share knowledge and expertise across institutions. Then, women in coal mining advancing gender equity in the energy sector. So, Coal India Limited has taken a historical step towards gender equity by inaugurating its first all women managed dispensary at Vasant Vihar, Bilaspur on 14 July 2025. So, we have a proper women managed dispensary. ठीक है. There are several other women-led initiatives also. For example, we have women-led healthcare units in Vasant Vihar Dispensary, Bilaspur. We have Rajendra Nagar Dispensary in Ranchi, Koila Nagar Hospital, Dhanbad. We have Sadbhavna Colony Dispensary in Nagpur. Women-led technical and planning units are also there. Condition-based monitoring lab. We have centralized technical center for LED and solar equipment. Cost and budget cell NCL headquarters in Singrauli. ठीक है. We have this leadership initiative, Jyoti Rising Together, leading the way. It's a 5-month flagship women's leadership program by IICM. Focuses on decision making, communication, emotional intelligence, negotiation, mentorship. है ना? Then policy reforms for women, female dependents eligible for employment irrespective of marital status. So it doesn't matter if you're married or not. Mandatory inclusion of at least one woman in all the committees. So this is kind of a quota, है ना? Then women-led technical center for LED and solar repair at BCCL has also been included. Women undergoing underground mining training for mining SIDAR certificate, they're also included. Women trained in rescue and recovery operations. Internal complaints committee is formed under POSH Act of 2013. Then there are IT and digitalization initiatives in mining. Ministry of Coal highlighted various IT and digitalization initiatives which are undertaken by coal PSUs like Coal India Limited, Singareni Collieries Company Limited, NLC India Limited. Coal India Limited introduced Integrated Command and Control Center, which provides 24/7 surveillance. We have Operator Independent Truck Dispatch System, EMB and e-billing portal, Centralized Safety Information System, Continuous Ambient Air Quality Monitoring System, DigiCoal Digital Transformation Initiatives, Employee Resource Planning, PM Gati Shakti Enabled Route Planning, Khanan Prahari app and CMSMS portal for reporting illegal mining. ठीक है. Then there are certain IT and digitization initiatives in mining also. We have NLC India Limited, Neyveli Lignite Corporation India Limited, which implemented geofencing and operator independent truck dispatch system, digital logistic management system, 3D TLS with GNSS receivers. Ministry of Coal launched this Khan and Prahari mobile app. CMSMS web portal to enable citizens to report coal theft and illegal mining. Okay, we have this operator independent truck dispatch system. It is a digital system that automates coal transport vehicles. So automatically, it is automating the coal transport vehicle allocation. Okay. Then Dirgavadhi Krishak Punji Sahakar Yojana by NCDC. We have this National Cooperative Development Corporation under Ministry of Cooperation, which implements this Dirgavadhi Krishak Punji Sahakar Yojana, which provides long-term financial assistance to agricultural credit cooperatives. And what is the objective? Long-term financial assistance to these agriculture credit cooperatives. Okay. And evaluation is based on technical feasibility, financial viability, financial soundness, management expertise, and all. Repayment history, all these things are taken into account, and long term credit is then provided. ठीक है. NCDC operates through its head office. 19 regional offices are there, 9 sub offices are there, which focuses on the monitoring mechanism. And if there is any kind of default, then that will be handled by the SARFAESI Act and the debt recovery tribunals for repayments and all. Then we have Software Technology Park of India, STPI network, which fuels tech growth in non-metros. The government of India, through Software Technology Park of India, has significantly expanded IT and startup growth beyond major metros. So now we are expanding to tier 2 and tier 3 cities also. ठीक है? By March 2025, STPI has facilitated 2.98 lakh jobs in non-metros, supported over 1100 startups, enabled software exports worth 10.64 lakh crore. We have this National Policy on Software Products 2019 May it was launched. We have software technology we have this STPS Software Technology Park of India network expansion. If we talk about network expansion, we have 68 STPS centers operational and 16 tier 2 and tier 3 cities. We have 9 new incubation centers and 15 new COEs established. Direct funding of 39.86 crore to 590 startups in last 3 years. We have seen that. And STPI units achieved 10.64 lakh crore exports in financial year 24-25. ठीक है. Then this is according to NASSCOM data. Direct IT employment grew from 4.14 million in 2019 to 5.8 million in 2025. Industry revenue increased from 177 billion US dollars in 2019 to 283 billion US dollars in 2025. Startups grew from approximately 7200 2019 May to 32,000 plus in 2025. Patents surged from 4331 in 2019 to 90,000. There are certain government initiatives which are driving the growth. We have this Future Skills Prime, which provides upskilling. We have this Next Generation Incubation Scheme, है ना, which is for a period of 3 years, which provides which incentivizes 300 select startups. We have Samrid Startup Accelerator of Methi for product innovation, development and growth, which provides financial support of 40 lakhs. We have Genesis Gen Next support for innovative startups. Budget outlays 490 crore for 5 years. And the scheme aims to support 1600 tech startups over the course of next 5 years. We have Tide 2.0, Digi Sapne Bhashini, tech entrepreneurship, uh, uh, right? Any startup growth, language translation for digital access. We have India's mineral sector to benefit from India UK CETA Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement. This has been signed, and Ministry of Mines has organized a webinar on this. ठीक है. The session brought together government officials, industry leaders, associations, so that they can focus on, they can deliberate on market access, competitiveness, R&D collaboration. Emphasis was laid on understanding UK product demand through road shows. Aluminium industry identified as major beneficiary. Discussions highlighted scope of institutional R&D collaboration. ठीक है. Then government boosts LNG use with 100% FDI new stations and policy reforms. So 100% FDI is allowed under the automatic route for liquefied natural gas. Remember how much FDI? 100% FDI has been allowed. Currently, 8 liquefied natural gas regasification terminals are operational with a total capacity of 52.7 mmtpa. ठीक है, government recognized LNG as a transport fuel, and that is why we have this. The government is trying to boost amendments in static and mobile pressure vehicles, unfired rules 2025. They allow these liquefied natural gas fueled vehicles. Okay? So this liquefied natural gas is a natural gas which is cooled to minus 162 degrees Celsius for ease of storage and transport. Okay? Then India's bioeconomy to touch $300 billion by 2030, says Dr. Jitendra Singh. On the first anniversary of this bio E3 biotechnology for economy, environment and employment policy, there are two major initiatives which have been launched: the bio E3 challenge for youth and national bio foundry network. ठीक है. So bioeconomy is basically जब हम organizations and all का use करके we generate electricity, we generate fuel, basically renewable energy पे focus कर रहे हैं through these microorganisms and all, animal based. That is what is called bioeconomy. ठीक है, India's bioeconomy is valued at $165.7 billion in 2024. It is projected to reach $300 billion by 2030. So what is this Bio E3 challenge for you? It was launched under your design microbes, molecules, and more. It is open to school students, university students. Top 10 solutions each month will get 1 lakh plus mentoring. 100 innovators are eligible for funding up to 25 lakh via BIRAC, BIRAC. The first national biofoundry network has been launched, which involves 6 institutions to boost indigenous biomanufacturing and employment. What are the achievements under Bio E3 policy? India's first biomanufacturing institute has been set up in Mohali. So directly MCQ can be asked. Where is the first biomanufacturing institute established? It is in Mohali. Launch of Bio AI, AI hubs, biomanufacturing hubs, biofoundries across India. ठीक है, collaboration with ISRO on space biotechnology, DBT backed experiments and are carried out in the International Space Station. 52 missions abroad. We are taking inputs from 52 missions abroad. Then 1 lakh crore RDI fund to boost private sector research and innovation. So, Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh announced that 1 lakh crore research development and innovation fund will accelerate India's sovereign technology development by empowering the private sector in sunrise and strategic sectors. Okay, so we are focusing on technology development through R&D, to research development and innovation fund. So this fund has been made, which is going to focus on R&D. Okay, there's this conference, Sovereign Tech for India's Digital Transformation, under theme Bharat 100, which has been launched, which has been announced. This RDI fund is going to provide long term, low interest loans and risk capital to deep tech and critical technology projects so that they can focus on research and development. This is anchored by Anusandhan National Research Foundation, which is implemented by DST. It includes a deep tech fund of funds to catalyze private investment. ठीक है? Okay. चलिए, 1 lakh crore RDF. अच्छा हाँ, we were talking about this only, है ना? Then 50% of startups now from tier 2 cities, and many led by women, they are going to be included. There are dedicated government schemes for tribals, women, youth as well. ठीक है? Then if I talk about India's global tech visibility, astronaut Shubhanshu Shukla, his international space mission is cited as an example. So he went to the International Space Station. है ना? If I talk about India's space economy, it is $8 billion as of now and projected to grow to $40 billion. ठीक है? Our vision is that we have to become a developed country by the year 2047, which includes space, biotechnology, blue economy. These are the high growth sectors. ठीक है? Then there are certain port development projects under your Sagarmala. 121 projects have been undertaken with partial funding of 9415 crore, and out of these 77 projects have been completed so far. If I talk about the scope of projects, it includes port infrastructure, coastal berths, road and rail connectivity, fishing harbors, skill development, cruise terminals, RoPax ferry services, coastal community projects. ठीक है? Then, if I talk about impact assessment, an independent third party evaluation is mandated. The scheme is aligned with PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan also. Then there are certain green initiatives also. The government has issued Harit Sagar Green Port guidelines also. है ना? To encourage major ports to adopt eco-friendly practices, reduce carbon intensity, aligned with global environmental standards. India has 7,500 kilometer long coastline, 14,500 kilometer of potentially navigable waterways. And Sagarmala is a central sector scheme, fully funded and managed by the central government. Then PLFS may we've seen changes, and on this periodic labor force survey from 2025 we've seen certain changes. NSO under Mosby has revamped this PLFS from January 2025 so that we can get high frequency and more reliable labor market indicators. So this includes monthly estimates. पहले monthly estimates were available only for the urban areas, now for urban and rural both areas. ठीक है? Then uh, if I talk about monthly estimates which have been introduced, then labor market indicators like LFPR, worker population ratio, unemployment rate. These are the three indicators that we talk about under your PLFS, and a labor force participation rate, worker population ratio, unemployment rate. They will now be available monthly only at all India level, and they will be using the current weekly status approach. ठीक है, आई होप यू हैव डन इन योर स्टैटिक पोर्शन की करंट यूजुअल स्टेटस, करंट वीकली स्टेटस, है ना, करंट डेली स्टेटस, ऑल दीज थिंग्स अंडर द पीएलएफएस, राइट. ठीक है, देन क्वार्टरली कवरेज हैज बीन एक्सटेंडेड. So quarterly results, they were available only for the urban areas. Now it will be available for the rural and rural areas also. So pehle it was only for urban areas, now for rural areas also. Quarterly estimates. ठीक है, and we've done separate sessions for this also. PLFS का details we've done a separate session for this on YouTube also, है ना. ठीक है, then we have this annual survey of unincorporated sector enterprises of 23-24, which was conducted during October 23 to September 2024 by NSO. It covered 4,98,024 surveyed establishments. Government initiatives like Mudra Yojana, Startup India, they have aided the sector's growth. ठीक है. Then base year for GDP, IIP, CPI. You have to remember that we are talking about fixing and changing the base year for GDP, IIP, CPI. GDP is your gross domestic product. IIP is your index of industrial production. CPI is consumer price index. Now, what are the base year that they have proposed for GDP and IIP 22-23, for CPI 2024? Remember this. ठीक है? That these soon these base years are going to be uh, uh, updated. Now if you see, why do we update these base years? Basically so that we can get the recent data, so that it is inflation adjusted also, so that it is inflation adjusted also. And we are also going to use the current data also, and we have to find a year which is stable. That is why we choose areas which are more stable. ठीक है. Then for CPI household consumption expenditure survey 23-24 provides the updated list of items. So we are going to use this household consumption expenditure survey for bringing in the data. ठीक है. Then forward looking survey on private corporate sector capex investment intentions will be conducted. Then pilot study on annual survey of services sector enterprises are going to be undertaken. ठीक है. Then base year revision improves reliability and relevance, and that is why base year revision is very important. And current base year for GDP and IIP is 2011-12, CPI is 2012. लेकिन ये बहुत पुराना हो गया. We are in 2025. That is why we need to do some updations. ठीक है? Okay. Then India's index of industrial production records 3.5% growth in July 2025. So if I talk about overall growth, then if I talk about this IIP, it is published on 28th of every month. ठीक है? It will now be published 28th of every month. Overall growth, if I talk about IIP, grew 3.5% in July 2025 compared to 1.5% in June 2025. अगर मैं सेक्टोरल ग्रोथ की बात करूं, माइनिंग में there was a negative growth -7.2%, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में 5.4%, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी में 0.6%. If I talk about index levels, July 2025 versus July 2024, overall IIP July 2025 में 115 and July 2024 में 149. You can see this increase. Mining 107, manufacturing 156, electricity 221. Which were the top manufacturing groups? You have to remember these. Top, we have done this IIP wala also. We have done a separate session in detail on YouTube only. I have only taken up a session. Basic metals 12.7%. Electric equipment 15.9%, non-metallic mineral products 9.5%. If I talk about use-based classification, growth in July 25 over July 2024, primary goods में -1.7%, capital goods में 5%, intermediate goods 5.8%, infrastructure construction goods में 11.9%, consumer durables में 7.7%, non-durables में 0.5%. टॉप यूज बेस्ड कंट्रीब्यूटर्स क्या है? इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर कंस्ट्रक्शन गुड्स, इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स, कंज्यूमर ड्यूरेबल्स. डेटा क्वालिटी की मैं बात करूं तो जुलाई 2025 में कंपाइल्ड विद 89.5% वेटेड रिस्पांस रेट, एंड नेक्स्ट रिलीज फॉर अगस्त 2025 इज गोइंग टू बी ऑन 29 सितंबर 2025. तो आई विल ब्रिंग अप अ सेशन देन, है ना, आईआईपी से रिलेटेड. लेट्स सी व्हाट इज गोइंग टू बी द आंसर. ठीक है, blissful warrior, see basically this is just a revision class. हम यहाँ पे सिर्फ फटाफट से एक सेशन में रिवाइज कर रहे हैं. वी आर ट्राइंग टू रिवाइज एवरीथिंग, और फटाफट से फास्ट ट्रैक मैनर में ऐसे ही रिवाइज होता है. वी हैव ऑल द डेटा, वी जस्ट हैव टू रिवाइज बिकॉज ऑल दीज न्यूज वी हैव स्टडीड इट इन अ वेरी डिसइंटीग्रेटेड मैनर. एंड so इस सेशन में वी आर जस्ट कंसोलिडेटिंग इट. And if I have to explain each and everything, then what are you doing in this 1 month session, है ना? Abhi, what I'm assuming is that you know the basics, you have done the static portion, and you are exam ready. It's just that you need quick revision, quick data revision. That is what we are doing over here. I won't start explaining you what is the difference between capital goods and intermediate goods, है ना? So I have to read out the data so that we can cover it in like at least 2 to 3 hours. Otherwise, I can go on for 6 7 hours, and it is going to take a lot of time then. ठीक है, so motive of this session is that you can get all the data, all the important news consolidated in one class, and इससे you can revise also. So all those who have already read PIB and all, this is a revision session for them. ठीक है, for newcomers, if you don't know the basics also, then this session is not for you. Okay, ठीक है, whatever your name is. Chalo, next. Growth of textile industry in 2025. If I talk about India's textile and apparel exports, they include handicrafts. They registered a growth of 5%. ठीक है, as compared to 23-24. And textile and apparel exports, handicrafts, they grew by 5% in 24-25. The scheme for integrated textile parks supported textile parks, but it is now merged with textile cluster development scheme. ठीक है, so both of them have been merged. There are two textile parks which were sanctioned for West Bengal with 56.85 crore released. The government has finalized PM Mega Integrated Textile Region and Apparel. PM Mitra parks have been finalized at which all sites? At 7 sites. And what is the total outlay? 4445 crore for 7 years. ठीक है. Then export target for textiles 2030. The Ministry of Textiles has set an ambitious target. What is the target? We have to achieve 9 lakh crore in textile exports by the year 2030. Okay, currently India is the sixth largest textile exporter in the world, with exports reaching over 220 countries despite global economic challenges. What are the top 5 exporters? China, Bangladesh, Vietnam, Germany, Italy. ठीक है, and as of 24-25, 3775 million US dollar is the export performance, which is 5.2% growth over the previous year. We have cotton productivity mission, which is a 5-year program. We have MM1 Kapas Kranti, MM2 Kapas Kanti, MM3 Navya fiber. Then there are certain government initiatives to boost the exports. We have signed FTAs. We have signed 15 FTAs. ठीक है, we have this rebate of state and central taxes and levies. Under this scheme, rebate has been provided. Under this road tip scheme, rebates have been provided. We have PM Mitra Parks, PLI scheme, National Technical Textiles Mission. We have Samarth. We have Silk Samagra 2. We have handloom and handicraft development programs for this. ठीक है. Then Niti Aayog launches report on unlocking a $200 billion opportunity, e-vehicles in India. So what is there's this report of Niti Aayog which talks about the challenges in India's EV ecosystem. It outlines strategies to accelerate the nation's transition towards electric mobility. See, the motive of our country is to move towards electric vehicles from fossil fuel based vehicles so that we can reduce our carbon footprint, right? So that we can reduce our carbon footprint. This report was released by Shri Rajiv Gauba, member of Niti Aayog. है ना? India aims for 30% of total vehicle sales to be EVs by 2030. This is our target. And for that, a report has been launched that how can we unlock a $200 billion opportunity. Fine. India aims for 30% total vehicle sales by EVs by 2030. You have to remember this data. EV sales in India grew from 50,000 in 2016 to 2.08 million in 2024. ठीक है, India's EV penetration rose from 1/5 of global penetration in 2022 to 2/5 in 2024. But though the progress is still a little slow. ठीक है, progress is still slow as compared to the international level. Our progress is quite slow in case of EV adoption, and that we see in different schemes and all also. This we see in in the different schemes like PM E-drive scheme and all. उसमें भी we see this thing, right? The report was developed after 7 stakeholder consultations at Niti Aayog. It provides actionable recommendations, strategic unlocks, and immediate next steps. It emphasizes cross sector collaboration, policy aligned strategies, and data driven decisions so that we can have fast track EV adoption. Okay? So we have this question over here. You have to match the following. Firstly, we have column A, fixing base year for GDP, IIP, CPI. What is the base year going to be changed for this? We have IIP growth in July 2025, growth of textile industry in 2025, import of cotton, export target for textiles 2030. India recorded 3.5 industrial growth in July 2025. Measures taken to update statistical accuracy in national accounts. India set a long-term export target of $350 billion by 2030. Industry showed recovery supported by domestic demand and policy incentives. Due to lower domestic output, India increased raw cotton imports. Try to match these. Now try to match these. E3B1. E3 export target for textiles 2030. India set a long term export target. Okay. E3, right? A2, B1, C4, D5, E3. Let's check the correct answer. A2, B1, C4, D5, E3. Absolutely correct, Ashish. D5, E3, B1. Right, Sinchan. Absolutely correct. So, if I talk about fixing base year for GDP IIP, why do we fix these base years? So that we can have statistical accuracy in national accounts. And IIP growth in July, India recorded 3.5% industrial growth in July. With growth of textile industry in 2025, industry showed recovery supported by domestic demand and policy incentives. Then import of cotton. Due to lower domestic output, India increased raw cotton imports and e-export target for textiles 2030. India set a long-term export target of $350 billion by 2030. Absolutely correct. Then India services exports rise 12% in June 2025, imports up 5%. This is according to RBI. The services trade performance in June 2025, exports have increased to $32.11 billion and imports $15.9 billion. This is as of June 2025. Okay, then if I talk about services exports, in April $32.84 billion and in May $32.45 billion, and India sustained growth momentum over the past 3 months. So we have basically sustained our momentum. Our exports are also increasing, and in services exports also we've seen in April and May we've seen a good amount of trend. ठीक है? May में as compared to April थोड़ा सा decline हुआ है, but it is still sustained. ठीक है? If I talk about imports trend, then minus 1.1% year on year decline देखा था हमने in May and June में 5% year on year rebound. ठीक है? Fine. Then if I talk about sectoral credit trends in agriculture and allied activities में 6.8% growth. But it was 17.4% last year. So there's a reduction in this growth rate also. Industry maybe it was 7.7% last year, but up 5.5%. MSMEs maintained steady growth. We have subsectors like engineering, construction, textiles, which showed accelerated credit growth. ठीक है? Then services sector में we saw 9.6% increase, but it is less than the previous year. There was a slowdown. Why? Because of reduced lending to the NBFCs. Okay, so NBFCs could not really further, provide the loans to the other customers. And but the computer software and professional services they grew strongly. If I talk about personal loans, 14.7% versus 16.6% last year. Slowdown was due to weaker demand for vehicle loans, credit card dues, and other personal lending. Then India's fiscal deficit at 17.9%, full year target in April to June 2025. So tax revenue 5.4 lakh crore, non-tax revenue 3.73 lakh crore, total receipts कितने हैं 9.14 lakh crore. ठीक है? And this our receipts were boosted by RBI dividends. So RBI had transferred how much amount of money? 2.69 lakh crore of money was transferred by RBI to the government. But our revenue expenditure was 9.47 lakh crore. Subsidy expenditure was 51,252 crore. And fiscal deficit target for financial year 26 is 4.4%. And so our commitment is that we have to reduce our fiscal deficit to 4.4%, less than 4.5%. Abhi for this year it is 4.8%. ठीक है? I hope fiscal deficit, you know what are fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficit is basically total expenditure minus total receipts, and we exclude borrowings. And borrowings are excluded. Okay, borrowings are excluded. Okay, I hope you know this is the basic. You should be knowing about this. Then India's GST collections rise 7.5% year on year to 1.96 lakh crore in July 2025. So India का जो GST collections है, they have reached 1.96 lakh crore in July 2025. ठीक है, that means we have seen a 7.5% year on year growth. Our GST collection increased. ठीक है, June 2025 collections were at 1.85 lakh crore, but अभी देखो we have GST has been rationalized अभी recently, next gen reforms अभी they have been so after the implementation, proper implementation of these reforms, the revenues might reduce also. ठीक है, GST might reduce also. Then Fitch cuts India's financial year 26 growth forecast to 6.3%. So our GDP forecast has been cut by Fitch. This was in April 2025. In April 2025, it was 6.4%. Now they cut it to 6.3%. Okay, why? Because of moderation in expectations, but still strong demand from infrastructure investment. If I talk about sectoral outlook, then which are the resilient sectors जहाँ पे we are going to see good amount of work? Oil and gas, cement, building materials, engineering and construction, telecom, utilities. What are the key drivers? Strong local demand and regulatory stability. And if I talk about tariff impact, then Fitch flagged limited direct impact on Indian corporates from these high US tariff. We are still going to remain resilient. ठीक है? Then Google to invest 51,000 crore in Asia's largest data center in Vishakhapatnam. So Google is going to invest in Vishakhapatnam, which is going to be Asia's largest data center. Okay, so 1 gigawatt data center is going to be established in Vishakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh by Google. What is the investment? $6 billion investment, which is 51,000 crore. And this is Google's largest ever data center in India. Okay, so 1 gigawatt high capacity data center will be opened. Focus will be on clean energy. About $2 billion allocated for renewable energy. The focus is going to be on sustainability, and Alphabet, which is Google's parent company, it has planned $75 billion global investment in 2025. Okay, then MOIL achieves record July production. So MOIL Limited, which is India's largest manganese ore producer. So MOIL is manganese ore producer. It saw highest ever July production, 1.45 lakh tons in July 2025. 12% growth over the previous year. ठीक है, so July production was 1.45 lakh tons, which saw 12% year on year growth. ठीक है, Shri Ajit Kumar Saxena is the CMD, led by Ajit Kumar Saxena. They can directly ask you the name also, है ना, because this MOIL is in news, so they can ask you. ठीक है, so despite the heavy rainfall, we have seen a good amount of resilience of this MOIL. ठीक है, and basically we have seen a record production from this MOIL Limited. Then Lok Sabha passes revised income tax bill 2025. So word count, if I talk about law, it has been simplified. Word count has reduced to 2.59 lakh words. Before it was 5.12 lakh in the 1961 Act. So we basically simplified the law. Chapters have been cut to 23. Pehle they were 47 chapters. Now there are 23 chapters. These statement based questions mein they can directly ask you this. Sections have been reduced to 536. Pehle kitne the? 819. Tables increased to 57 from 18. Formulae to 46 from 6 for better clarity. Okay. Then officials can override access codes if they are not provided. Then this has been referred to select committee chaired by Bajant Panda. Recommendations submitted on July 21, 2025. Original bill was withdrawn on August 8, 2025, and revised bill passed on August 11. So revised bill passed on August 11. ठीक है. There's going to be another news related to this uh, income tax bill only, है ना, the final news. We're going to check that out as well. Then S&P upgrades India's sovereign rating to triple B with stable outlook. So directly MCQ can be asked, according to S&P Global, what is the rating of India? So it is triple B with stable outlook for after 18 years. Okay. So these S&P Standard and Poor Global Ratings upgraded India's long-term sovereign credit rating to triple B. Pehle it was triple B minus. Now it is triple B. शॉर्ट टर्म रेटिंग टू A2 फ्रॉम A3. ठीक है, तो शॉर्ट टर्म रेटिंग में भी क्या है, लॉन्ग टर्म रेटिंग. मेजरली यू हैव टू रिमेंबर लॉन्ग टर्म रेटिंग. सो ट्रिपल बी विद अ स्टेबल आउटलुक, एंड दिस इज द फर्स्ट अपग्रेड इन 18 years. ठीक है, एंड रीजन फॉर अपग्रेड इज स्ट्रॉन्ग ग्रोथ, स्ट्रॉन्ग जीडीपी ग्रोथ, फिजिकल कंसोलिडेशन, पब्लिक एक्सपेंडिचर क्वालिटी, कॉर्पोरेट फाइनेंशियल एंड एक्सटर्नल बैलेंस शीट. And S&P projects India's GDP growth at 6.5% for financial year 26. ठीक है, it has been upgraded to triple B now. SBI, ICICI Bank, HDFC, Axis, Kotak Mahindra, Union Bank of India, Indian Bank. ठीक है, सबका the impact is going to be seen on these banks. ठीक है, fine. So S&P has basically improved our credit rating. Then India's Russian oil imports rise to 2 million barrels per day. So Russia has supplied 2 barrels per day, which pehle it was 1.6 million barrels per day, but now we have increased the oil because we were getting it, at a subsidized rate. ठीक है, Russian oil accounted for 38% of India's total crude imports. We have shifted our resources. Iraq se our resource has been dropped to 730,000 BPD. Saudi Arabia se declined to 526,000 BPD. US stood as the fifth largest supplier at 264,000 BPD. So because of economic considerations and cheaper Russian crude oil, that is why we are increasing our oil imports. ठीक है, then India's trade deficit hits 8-month high at $27.35 billion in July 2025. So trade deficit is wherein your imports are greater than your exports. So the merchandise trade deficit widened in July 2025 to $27.35 billion. ठीक है, good exports rose 7.3% to $37.24 billion. Goods imports increased 8.6%, $64.6 billion. So you can see this gap. ठीक है, एंड ट्रेड डेफिसिट 27.35 बिलियन डॉलर्स. सर्विसेज की बात करें, देन एक्सपोर्ट्स 31.3 बिलियन डॉलर्स, इंपोर्ट्स 15.4 बिलियन डॉलर्स. तो सर्विसेज साइड पे वी हैव सरप्लस, बट मर्चेंडाइज गुड्स साइड पे वी हैव अ डेफिसिट. Total exports, goods plus services, $68.3 billion in July, up 4.5% year on year. What is the reason for export rise? Strong shipments to US before reciprocal tariffs. अब तो we have 50% tariffs, but उससे पहले exports increased. ठीक है, now then I was talking about this bill. So this was passed with key clarifications. This income tax bill. It was passed on 11th August 2025, and Rajya Sabha on August 12 had passed it. It will come into effect from 1st April 2026. Firstly, we have focused on simplification. Sections reduced from 819 to 536. 57 tables to 46 formulae. Okay, 57 tables and 46 formulae. They have been added. The digital first approach focuses on online filing, processing, grievance redressal, parity between UPS and NPS. So UPS and NPS के tax treatment of this is going to be same under both of them. Uniform treatment of commuted pension. Non-employees now also eligible for full exemption. Refund filing rule withdrawn. Earlier draft mandated timely return filing for refunds. Now there is the new bill restores the existing law. ठीक है? So this refund filing rule जो था कि इतने टाइम में you have to file, तो that has been removed. फिर advance tax penal interest corrected. uh, on 12th August this had been passed under section 234C. Tax slabs have been unchanged, but now we have brought in if I talk about the tax slabs for these income tax, it retains 12 lakh basic exemption. Slabs from 4 lakh onwards 5% to 30%, and section 87A rebate. Up 1st April 7 this is going to be implemented, then that is going to be important. ठीक है, then WPI inflation remains negative at 0.58% in July 2025. So WPI is wholesale inflation, जो wholesale level पे inflation हम देखते हैं, right? So WPI inflation in July 2025 minus 0.58% versus minus 0.13% in June and 2.10% in July. So we can see food articles में deflation दिखा है at 6.29%. Manufactured products में inflation rose to 2.05. Fuel and power में deflation is जब there's a general decrease in the price level. Then retail inflation dropped to an 8-year low of 1.55% in July. RBI rate kept unchanged at 5.5%. RBI focuses on retail inflation for policy decisions. And RBI, for policy decisions, it focuses on CPI inflation, retail inflation. Then Fitch affirms India's sovereign rating at triple B minus with stable outlook. So on August 25, 2025, Fitch ratings, they reaffirmed that our sovereign rating is triple B minus with a stable outlook. So you have to remember it. Okay, this triple B minus is the lowest investment grade. Our GDP forecast is 6.5% in financial year 26. Okay, and basically we have a robust growth performance, solid external finances, fiscal credibility is improving, and these are the reasons why our sovereign rating is triple B minus with a stable outlook. Government proposed two-tier GST rate, 5% for merit goods, 18% for standard goods, 40% for sin goods and tobacco and all. है ना? Sin goods and luxury goods, which is for 5 to 7 items only. So we have eliminated the 12% and a 28% wala slab. So we only have 5% and 18%. ठीक है? Then India's quarter one financial year 26 GDP grows 7.8%, a 5 quarter high, beating RBI forecast. So India's GDP has expanded 7.8% in first half, which is very good according to MOSPI. RBI's projection is 6.5% overall, but first quarter में our growth is robust 7.8%. ठीक है, nominal GDP rose 8.8%. ये कम है, पहले usually our nominal GDP is around 10%, but nominal GDP around 8.8%. Real GVA grew 7.6% to 44.64 trillion rupees. Nominal GVA, gross value added, which is from the aggregate supply side, it increased 8.8% to 78.25 trillion. ठीक है? Then there are certain important schemes which appeared in PIB. We have the Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyan. ठीक है? 16.5 plus crore people were sensitized that you should not do nasha. 4.47 plus lakh educational institutions participated. 20,000 plus master volunteers identified. Social media awareness programs or campaigns were there on X, on Facebook, Instagram. NMBA, Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyan mobile app and dashboard were also released. 1.67 plus crore students pledged to remain drug free. We have certain national events like Nashe Se Azadi, Naya Bharat, Nasha Mukt Bharat, NMBA, NCC interactions. MOUs with 6 spiritual or social organizations like Art of Living, Brahma Kumaris, and Sant Nirankari Mission. Then All World Gayatri Parivar, ISKCON, Sri Ramchandra Mission. So MOUs were signed with these social organizations. There's this helpline 14446 14446, and they received around 4.3 plus lakh calls for counseling for referral. ठीक है? Then annual International Day against drug abuse was observed on 26th June nationwide. NMB in border areas was also brought up. We are going to train border forces and set up de-addiction centers there. 3 plus crore people took a mass pledge on 12th August 2024. ठीक है? Implementation is going to be going to be done by committees at state and district levels. ठीक है? Then there are around more than equal to 50 per district. They conduct these, volunteering. They have volunteered for this program. ठीक है? Nav Chetna modules developed for students, teachers, and parents for coping up these drug dependent skills and all. है ना? So this NMBA was launched on in on 15th August 2020 by Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Coverage was initially 272 vulnerable districts, now extended to all districts. If I talk about funding, the provision of 10 lakh per district under NMBA, funds released to states as per state action plan. ठीक है? Then cabinet approves continuation of targeted subsidy for PM UY. This is Ujwala, wherein you get LPG cylinder. So what is the target subsidy which has been approved? It is rupees 300 per 14.2 kg LPG cylinder for up to 9 refills per year, prorated for 5 kg cylinders. Total expenditure 12,000 crore for this 25-26 financial year. Ujjwala Yojana was launched in May 2016 to provide deposit-free LPG connections to adult women. As of 1st July 2025, around 10.33 crore Ujjwala Yojana connections existed across India. and India imports approximately 60% of its LPG requirements. Then there's a then average per capita consumption of these Ujjwala Yojana households improved from 3 refills to 4.47 refills in financial year 24-25. So LPG cylinder, you get LPG cylinder in the name of the women of the household. This is to enhance accessibility and usage by providing first refill and stove free for all beneficiaries. Uske baad you have to obviously pay, but pehla is going to be free. So this is ki, pehle, they used to use traditional fuels like firewood, kerosene and all, which was really impacting the women's health. So unke liye we have these LPG cylinders. Then, if I talk about this scheme, this was launched in 2016 by Government of India. Central sector scheme hai to provide deposit-free LPG connections to women from poor households. Objective objective is to ensure that they are focusing on clean cooking fuel. ठीक है? First refill and stove free. Targeted subsidies rupees 300 per 14.2 kg cylinder. Then we have this. Additional 25 lakh LPG connections approved 3-4 days back. That is going to come in September news. है ना Sinchan? So, बाकी का, this is just for August. The cabinet approves merit scheme with 4200 crore outlay to improve technical education. So we have this merit scheme for technical education, improving technical education. 4200 crore total outlay, 4200 crore, and assistance is going to be provided by World Bank. 275 technical institutions, including 175 engineering institutions and 100 polytechnics across all states and UTs. This is the scope of this merit scheme. Beneficiaries around 7.5 lakh students selected under NITs, state engineering institutes, polytechnics, affiliating technical universities, state UTs, technical education departments. They are the beneficiaries. And major outcomes which are expected is that implementation of digitalization strategies in participating states UTs, development of guidelines for multidisciplinary programs, improvement in student learning outcomes. So basically we're going to enhance their employability, provide them with technical education so that they can with the changing circumstances attain these skills. ठीक है? IITs, IIMs, AICTE, NBA, they are going to be the collaborators. We are going to focus on employment generations. We are going to provide them with internships, faculty development programs, research hubs, and all. This was launched in August 2025. Implementation is from this year onwards. Okay, and this is assisted by World Bank, and tenure is from 25-26 to 2029-30, and this is a central sector scheme. Then cabinet approves 4 new components under special development packages for Assam and Tripura. 4250 crore outlay we have seen. Okay, and this is a central sector scheme. This is for Assam. Hmm. Special development packages have been released for Assam. 500 crore for infrastructure development in the Adivasi inhabited villages. 500 crore for infrastructure in North Kachar Hills Autonomous Council, Dimasa areas, 3000 crore for infrastructure across Assam. Okay, and there's a component in Tripura also, 250 crore for development of tribal communities. Okay, Assam components are for 5 years, Tripura for 4 years. Basically for enhancing infrastructure. Assam, यहाँ पे there's a lot of problem, है ना, a lot of influx of refugees is there in this area, so we want to develop the infrastructure in those areas. ठीक है, we want to create employment through infrastructure and livelihood projects. We want to promote skill development, socio-economic improvement, increase tourism lending, leading to additional livelihood opportunities. And who are going to be the beneficiaries? Adivasi and Dimasa communities in Assam, other districts of Assam, and tribal communities in Tripura. Then impact of farmer welfare schemes on financial stability. We have this MSP, which is fixed annually for 22 mandated crops based on CACP recommendations. Okay, minimum support price. Then if I talk about 24-25 procurement, then 1175 lakh metric tons have been procured. How much amount has been paid under MSP? 3.33 lakh crore. 1.84 crore farmers have been the beneficiaries. Then we have Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi, PM Kisan, launched in 2019. It is a central sector scheme. 6,000 per year in 3 installments is provided to them, है ना, 6,000 per year. And total, if I talk about the disbursement, 3.69 lakh crore has been disbursed through 19 installments since it has been incepted. Then we have Fasal Bima Yojana. This is for crop insurance. We have crop insurance. This was launched in 2016. Okay. And it provides financial support for any kind of crop loss. Then we have Kisan Credit Card, which provides, modified. This is the modified interest subvention scheme, which provides credit to the farmers, which provides loans to the farmers for working capital requirements. Then we have Agriculture Infrastructure Fund, which was launched in 2020 under Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. This is a central sector scheme. Objective is medium to long term debt financing for post harvest management and community farming assets. Total provision is rupees 1 lakh crore through lending institutions. ठीक है. And as of 30th June 2025, 66,310 crore have been sanctioned for 1,13,419 projects. ठीक है. Then there's this impact of Namo Drone Didi scheme on rural women. Central sector scheme to provide drones to women self help groups. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे to SAGs we provide them with drones under this Namo Drone Didi. ठीक है, to empower these rural women. They can, so that they can adopt modern agricultural technologies. Drone का use करके they can maybe plant seeds in the field. है ना? This is going to improve crop productivity, generate additional income through drone based activities and drone based services. Outlay is 1261 crore for 23-24 to 25-26. And lead fertilizer companies distributed 1094 drones in 23-24, out of which 500 drones were under Namo Drone Didi scheme. Okay, which was provided to women, and this also helps in women empowerment. Okay. Fine, SAGs, they used to focus on traditional agriculture, but now they can use drones for, and they can use modern agricultural practices. This enhanced efficiency, reduced operational costs, improved crop yield, right? Then we have this National Policy on Farmers Market Access, NPFAM, and PM ASHA, Pradhan Mantri Annadata E-sushut Abhiyan. The government ensures remunerative prices and fair market prices for pulses, oilseeds, and copra. Through these, support is provided to the farmers. Agriculture is a state subject. States establish agriculture product marketing committees, APMCs, that we know, mandis to the farmers, है ना, small marginal farmers. MSP is mandated for 22 crops, this we know. And this is the procurement data up to 30th June 2025. Total procured agriculture produce 315.19 lakh metric tons. Total value is 1,69,980 crore. And it is for oilseeds, pulses, and copra. Then for PM ASHA implementation, the components are price support system, price deficiency payment system. This PM ASHA was launched in 2018. It is a central sector scheme. Aim is to ensure remunerative prices for the farmers for selected crops, which improves the farm income. The objective is to stabilize prices, reduce distress sale, support small and marginal farmers, and it provides MSP based procurement through PSS, PDPS, and all. Focuses on pulses, oilseeds, and copra. We've already seen. Then we have Pradhan Mantri Kisan Mandhan Yojana. It is a central sector scheme, voluntary, contributory. ठीक है. Eligibility is for small and marginal farmers aged 18 to 40 years. Pension benefit minimum pension is 3,000 once you attain the age of 60 years. Mandhan Yojana. ठीक है. Then contribution, farmers contribute 55 to 200 per month. है ना, and this is basically a pension scheme for the farmers. ठीक है. Fund manager is LIC. No specific allocation, state wise allocation. Launch date, scheme was launched in 2019 by Government of India. Aim is to provide financial security to these small and marginal farmers. Okay, then we have this Pradhan Mantri Prime Minister Dhandhanya Krishi Yojana. This was approved by the cabinet on 16 July 2025. This is for a 6-year period. Okay, for enhancing agricultural productivity, promoting sustainable farming, improving post harvest infrastructure, irrigation, and credit availability to farmers. Implementation period is from 25-26 to 2030-31. This is for a 6-year period. ठीक है. So we are going to converge 36 existing schemes across 11 central government departments, and then we are going to bring this Dhandhanya Krishi Yojana. ठीक है. Focus is going to be on uh, post harvest storage, irrigation facilities, sustainable agriculture practices, credit facilitation. Okay, then government boosts turmeric exports through spice head scheme. We have the sustainability in spice sector through progressive, innovative and collaborative interventions for export development scheme. It promotes export of spices including turmeric. So this scheme is for exporting spices, increasing the export of spices, and especially export of turmeric. Okay, we want to enhance our global reach of turmeric. We want to bring in quality improvements, market linkages. There are certain programs under SpiceIt. For example, food safety and quality assurance certifications are provided. Post-harvest quality upgradation and value addition. Training programs, quality evaluation of export consignments. है ना? Organization of buyer-seller meets. So that direct linkages can be established between the farmers, the exporters, international buyers and all also. Okay, we have this National Turmeric Board. In 2023, it was constituted so that we can improve our turmeric sector globally. Okay, to promote new product development, value addition, enhance awareness and consumption, facilitate markets research, improve export infrastructure, build resilient and sustainable supply chain. Okay, we want to basically increase our exports of turmeric. Okay, and who are the top 5 importers? Bangladesh, UAE, USA, Malaysia, and Morocco. Then Mera Gaon, Meri Dharohar scheme. This aim is to document and preserve the unique cultural, linguistic, and heritage practices of villages across India. So we know that in the villages there are unique practices which are formed. There are cultural, linguistic practices which are taken up so that they do not homogenize. Their uniqueness may remains intact. That is why we have this particular scheme, and approximately 6.5 lakh villages have been identified. ठीक है, and data for around 4.7 lakh villages has already been uploaded in this portal. What is the objective? We are going to preserve the village level cultural heritage. We are going to document it, including the local traditions, the folk arts, classical practices, so that we can preserve their culture, their uniqueness. Right? Then a comprehensive portal has been made which captures village specific heritage, including traditions like Siddh medicine. Okay? Then the cultural tourism and awareness will be spread through digital platforms, educational platforms. Okay? Though no direct economic or skill development benefits have been made, it's just that their the local traditions and all this will be captured and online it will be available so that we can spread awareness. Then we have this Jatan scheme, which is for digitization of antiquities under your ASI, Archaeological Survey of India. So the Ministry of Culture, through this Archaeological Survey of India, it is implementing this Jatan initiative. Okay, for digitization of antiquities. So whatever antique stuff we have, we are going to digitize it so that it is available in an online format. So recently, artifacts from archaeological site museums in Goa and Nagarjun Konda, they have been fully digitized. Okay, in Goa and Nagarjunakonda, they have been fully digitalized. Funds are allocated and utilized by ASI for conservation and protection of centrally protected monuments, depending on requirements and resources. So, under this scheme, 726 artifacts from Archaeological Site Museum, Vela, Goa, they have been digitized. 7941 from Archaeological Site Museum in Nagarjunakonda, and metadata standard used for digitization is Dublin Core. Dublin Core has been used. This metadata has been used for digitizing. Fine. So this scheme, Jatan, is a digital platform for the museums. Everything should be available in an online format, digital format. Okay. Launch date. It was initiated in 2017 by Ministry of Culture. Okay. And this is an ongoing initiative, central sector scheme to digitize and document museum collections and all, so that we can preserve them digitally. Then we have this Jandhan account. Government strengthens financial inclusion with over 55.90 crore Jandhan accounts. Okay, over 55.90 crore accounts have been opened as of August 2025. Very important. Directly, MCQ can be asked. उसमें statement based MCQs can be asked. We have Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, which provides collateral free loans up to 20 lakh to micro and small enterprises. पहले ये 10 lakh था, Under the Tarun category, now we have the Tarun Plus category, जिसमें 20 lakh तक maximum loans can be provided. ठीक है. We have other schemes for credit inclusion, like we have the Stand Up India scheme, we have the PM Swanidhi scheme, Vishwakarma scheme, PM EGP. ठीक है. We have other credit guarantee mechanisms also. We have CGTMSC, CGFMU, and we have this technology driven credit assessment also, Grameen credit score, MSME, digital credit assessment framework, Jan Samarth portal. ठीक है. So this Jan Dhan Yojana, it was launched in 2014. It is a national mission on financial inclusion. Aim is to ensure access to banking facilities for every household. So you know, here you can open zero balance accounts also. That is the benefit of it. Universal access to bank accounts should be provided, RuPay debit cards. And there's an overall overdraft facility also of 10,000 rupees. Mudra Yojana was launched in 2015 to provide small loans, micro loans. है ना? To microcredit is provided to the small businesses. This is also a central sector scheme. It promotes entrepreneurship, self-employment, financial empowerment. There are three types of categories, and now there's another category also, fourth. We have Shishu, Kishore, Tarun. Shishu mein you get loans up to 50,000. Tarun mein you get Kishore mein you get loans up to 5 lakh, 50,000 to 5 lakh. Tarun mein pehle it was till 10 lakh, and then maximum till 10 lakh. Then Tarun Plus category has been introduced, jisme maximum loans are up to 20 lakh. Then we have Matsya Sampada Yojana, which promotes women's participation in fisheries. Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, which is implemented by Department of Fisheries. So, over the last 5 years, proposals worth more than 4061 crore have been sanctioned for women-specific fisheries development. ठीक है? Higher assistance for women has been provided under this. 60% of unit cost will be provided for, 60% of unit cost under beneficiary oriented activities, and 60% project cost will be covered. Okay, training support will be provided, capacity building, entrepreneurship development. And what are the activities covered? Fish farming, hatcheries, seaweed farming, bivalve cultivation, ornamental fisheries, fish processing, marketing. What are the proposals sanctioned? 4061.96 crores. Central share इसमें से 1500 crores है approximately, and beneficiaries are 99,018 women have been covered. Okay, so this Matsya Sampada Yojana was launched on 10th September 2020 by Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying. Tenure from 2021 to 24-25. Scheme central sector plus centrally sponsored scheme. Objective is we need to enhance our fish production. Okay, this is basically in line with the blue economy, blue revolution that you want to focus on. है ना? Promoting women participation. Financial outlay is around 20,050 crore. Okay, then we have this government launches aquaculture insurance initiative under PM MKSSY to strengthen fisheries sector. So this scheme coverage is central sector sub scheme under PMMSY, Matsya Sampada Yojana only. This is a sub scheme under your Matsya Sampada Yojana. 6,000 financial outlay, and this is for till 26-27, 4 years ka outlay, 4 years ka tenure. Okay, and we have this National Fisheries Digital Platform, which was launched in 2024 as a one-stop solution for what? For digital identities of fisheries stakeholders, access to institutional credit, performance-based incentives, है ना? Then aquaculture insurance incentives have been provided now. 40% of premium cost, 25,000 per hectare, 1 lakh per farmer for 1800 meter cube. ठीक है, and SC/ST women beneficiaries, they get 10% extra incentive. ठीक है, this data you have to remember. So when was this Pradhan Mantri Matsya Kisan Samriddhi Sahyojana MKSSY launched? 2024, 11th September. Launched by Department of Fisheries, Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying. Tenure is till 26-27. It is a central sector sub scheme under your Matsya Sampada Yojana. ठीक है, and aim is to formalize and strengthen India's fisheries and aquaculture sector. ठीक है. Then we have this Pradhan Mantri. This some Kisan Sampada Yojana is. Acha, there's this another scheme, that schemes to incentivize food processing units. MOFPI disburses 5620 crores since 22-23. Which schemes have been implemented? Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana, We've already seen this. The central sector share is 1768.24 crore. PLI scheme for food processing industry, 1530.82 crore is the the disbursement. It is a central sector scheme. We have PM formalization of micro food processing enterprises. This is a centrally sponsored scheme. 2051 crore is the central share. Then over 1100 projects have been completed under PMKSY, which is your Kisan Sampada Yojana. ठीक है? As of June 2025, 1601 projects have been sanctioned. ठीक है? We've already seen the details of this scheme, है ना? ये वाला तो we've already seen पीछे. ठीक है? Then Electric Mobility Promotion Scheme EMPS 2024 for faster adoption of E2 wheelers and E3 wheelers. The duration is from 1st April to 30th September 2024. Covers incentives provided only for domestically manufactured E2 wheelers and E3 wheelers. ठीक है? uh, then this is a phased manufacturing program. Key phases where we are going to implement it. We are basically, what is the aim of this program? We are going to indigenize this EV components. We are going to focus on Atmanirbhar Bharat. ठीक है? Then नल से जल जल जीवन mission achieves 81% rural tap water coverage. So since August 2019, Government of India has been implementing the Jal Jeevan Mission, Har Ghar Jal, which is aimed at providing every rural household with potable water. So we have this Jal Jeevan Mission, जिसमें we are going to provide tap water connections, है ना, to the rural households. This is the aim of the scheme. This was launched in 2019. ठीक ठीक है, launched by Government of India, Ministry of Jal Shakti, centrally sponsored scheme, and the target is that we want proper functional household tap connection for every rural household. ठीक है, 55 liters per capita per day of potable water should be available to the people, to the rural areas. ठीक है, and 2.63 lakh villages are declared as Har Ghar Jal villages. So 100% coverage we have done. This is a very important scheme. 100% coverage we have seen. ठीक है, and urban coverage के लिए we have support under Amrut and Amrut 2.0 missions also. ठीक है, then Amrut mission was launched in 2015, which covers 500 cities. 1405 water supply projects worth 43,392 crore grounded. 189 lakh water tap connections are provided. We have this Amrit 2.0, which was launched in 2021, which talks about universal sewerage and water coverage in all urban local bodies. Then 2.86 crore households electrified under Saubhagya scheme. So we have this Pradhan Mantri Sehaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana, Saubhagya scheme for providing electricity to those households where electricity is not present. Okay, this was closed on 31st March 2022 after completing or electrifying 2.86 crore households. ठीक है, the government is continuing the electrification efforts. पहले Saubhagya is closed, but now we have this revamped distribution sector scheme. ठीक है, and it focuses on solar initiatives. ठीक है, so this Saubhagya scheme was from 2017 to 2022. Now we follow this RDSS scheme. ठीक है, currently it is the RDSS which is ongoing. Electrification work sanctioned 6487 crore rupees. ठीक है, and it includes PVTG, particularly vulnerable tribal groups under your PM Janman. Tribal households also under your DA JGUA, which is your PM, you call it Juga also, PM Juga है ना. Then PM Ajay के अंदर SC households, and there's new solar power scheme, and funds have been sanctioned for 50 crore. Ki we are going to bring in solar power. We are going to try and implement solar electrification. ठीक है, so this Saubhagya scheme, it talks about rural electrification, and it is complemented under your Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram Jyoti Yojana. And it received 100% household electrification by 2022. Okay, so you have this RDSS, which is not only for electrification, but it emphasizes distribution sector reforms also. Okay, then we have Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin. Okay, 2.81 crore houses have been completed, and this has been extended till 2029. So your Awas Yojana, it has been extended till 2029, which provides pakka houses in the rural areas. Gramin, this is pakka houses to ensure that everybody has a pakka house. All those who are living in kacha houses or who are houseless, for them money is provided. ठीक है, the aim is housing for all. It has been extended from 2024 to 29 to cover additional 2 crore houses. Phase 1 was from 2016 to 24. Target was 2.95 crore houses. Phase 2 from 24 to 29. Target 2 crore houses. Total target 4.95 crore houses. ठीक है, if I talk about the beneficiary identification, it is based on SECC 2011 database. It updated Avas Plus 2018 survey list. ठीक है, and if I talk about monitoring and transparency, mandatory geotagged time-stamped photographs for each stage via Avas Soft. So Avas Soft and Avas app will be used. ठीक है, to see how many houses have been geotagged, how many houses need to be covered under the scheme. ठीक है, so it was launched initially in 2016 under Ministry of Rural Development. It is a centrally sponsored scheme. It provides pakka houses with basic amenities. ठीक है, then we have Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. It was launched on 11th September 2024, the fourth phase, है ना. All weather road connectivity is provided to 25,000 unconnected habitations. We are going to build roads which are very unconnected. ठीक है, and in this is going to be done in convergence with Dharti Aba Janjatiya Gram Utkarsh Abhiyan in the ST populations, ST dominant populations and areas. ठीक है, and target is 25,000 unconnected habitations. Priority will be given to habitations with 500 plus population and more than 50% ST population, 250 plus population, more than 50 STs, especially in aspirational districts. ठीक है, and roads will support 1,000 planned tribal homestays also. ठीक है. Okay, then if I talk about economic, better market, if I talk about the benefits, then better market access, higher returns for tribal produce, forest goods. Then for healthcare, there's going to be reduced travel time, so now they can reach the hospitals on time. ठीक है, हाँ आशीष, we have actually added everything in this one PPT so that it's available for everyone at one place only. ठीक है, and education में improved connectivity to schools, hostels, colleges. Then for governance and services, it is easier access to banking, e-governance, social security schemes. ठीक है, then then if I talk about the independent evaluations, then increased rural incomes. It is going to increase the rural incomes. It is going to enhance mobility and integration, and women will be more and more women will participate. ठीक है, so this is not tribe specific, but the major impact is that we are going to focus on the tribal areas. We want to transform the tribal regions. ठीक ठीक है, okay. Then we have complete flagship initiatives like PM Janman, Dharti Abha Janjatiya Gram Utkarsh Abhiyan. Then we have this, the government has formulated this Gram Sadak Yojana to improve and construct all weather connectivity. We've seen this. The first was in 2000, the first phase, all weather connectivity to unconnected habitations. Then phase 2 in 2013, we had to upgrade the existing rural roads. Then third in 2019, फोर्थ 2024 which was launched in 11th September 2024. कंटिन्यू कर रहे हैं अभी हम फोर्थ वाला ही. ओके, outlay 70,125 crore, coverage is 62,500 kilometer of roads, and it is going to correct 25,000 habitations. This data is important. ठीक है, and till now, if we talk about key achievements, 7,83,000 kilometer of roads have been constructed under all verticals. 1.62 lakh plus habitations have been connected. 1,91,282 rural roads have been sanctioned, and 12,146 bridges have been sanctioned. 1,83,215 road works and 9,891 bridges have been completed. And the design life is for 10 years. 5-year maintenance contracts are also there, and monitoring will be done through eMarg app. Which app? eMarg app. They're going to focus on green technology and road construction. ठीक है, eco-friendly material is going to be used. Fly ash, slag, waste plastic, CND waste, crumb rubber bitumen, bamboo barriers, biobitumen, jute, coir geosynthetics. ठीक है, so we are going to use environment friendly material. ठीक है, then we have achievements of target under Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, National Rural Livelihood Mission. ठीक है. तो women, if I talk about women SHG mobilization as of June 2025, then there are 10 crore rural households that have been mobilized. 10.05 crore women have been mobilized into 90.90 lakh SHGs. So we have seen that more and more women are coming up in these SHGs, and they are, availing loans under this SHG framework, and then increasing their employability, increasing whatever they are doing, and this is really helping in the empowerment of women. ठीक है. 4.62 crore Mahila Kisans have been covered, focuses on agroecological practices. 6,000 integrated farming clusters have been allocated. 1285 women owned producer companies and 1.95 lakh producer groups have been promoted. 3 lakh trained livelihood community resource persons are also deployed. ठीक है, CRPs, community resource persons. 4.87 lakh enterprises have been supported as of now, and there's a dedicated cadre for these community resource persons, and they are going to help in training, bank linkage and all. They provide services. So this DAY NRLM, this was launched in 2011 under Ministry of Rural Development. Objective is poverty alleviation by organizing rural poor women into SHGs. Okay, this is the objective. We have to help out the rural women, and focus on their empowerment. Then we have this National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, which was launched in 2016. ठीक है. It provides stipend. Government shares 25% of minimum stipend. So basically, apprenticeship services are provided. Apprenticeship programs are provided to the students. Apprenticeship training is provided to the people. ठीक है. And if I talk about the stipend support, then government provides 25% of the minimum stipend. ठीक है. And through DBT, this money is provided to those who take up this training. ठीक है. For if I talk about the stipend hike, it has been proposed कि 36% होना चाहिए from 25%. ठीक है. And raising the stipend from 5,000 to 9,000, 6,800 to 12,300. This is the proposal as of now. 49 sectors have been included, have been included, like automotive, IT or IT enabled services, electronics, retail, manufacturing, and eligibility is minimum 14 years. Your eligibility is that you should be minimum 14 years, 18 years for hazardous industries, and educational qualification as per the minimum 5th class pass you should be to take up training under this. Then there are certain recent reforms which have been brought up, linking degree programs with apprenticeships, promoting blended training modes, reserved slots for persons with benchmark disabilities, expansion into emerging sectors. है ना? And if I talk about the achievements, 41.95 lakh apprentices they have been engaged, and 21.47 lakh have completed the training. We have this Pradhan Mantri National Apprenticeship Mela also. So it's from 2022 onwards, every month this Mela is held. Okay, at least in one third districts of each state, so that we can match the candidates with the industry. So all those who have who have taken up the training, apprenticeship training, we can connect them with industries, and they can be employed. So what is the institutional framework? We have this Apprentices Act of 1961, which was amended in 2014, and rules were updated in 2019. If there are establishments with more than 4 employees, they can engage apprentices. Those with more than 30 employees, they must engage apprentices. So it is mandatory. So if in your establishment there are more than equal to 30 employees, then you have to engage apprentices. We have the CAC, Central Apprenticeship Council also, which is going to provide advice on policy, vocational training and all. Right. Then we have this Shresht scheme for residential education for students in high schools and targeted areas. So financial assistance is provided to the NGOs so that they can run residential schools, non-residential schools and hostels. Okay, this was revised in 21-22. So what we are going to do, this is for the SC students. If they are meritorious, if they have studied well, if they have passed certain entrance tests and all, then there's an entrance test which is conducted by NTA, and they can then be admitted into top class residential high schools. Okay, so we want to expand educational access, we want to support NGOs and institutions, promote quality education, focus on socio-economic upliftment, ensure merit-based opportunities, secure future prospects, better higher education, employment, overall development of the scheduled castes. ठीक है. Then skill training under Pradhan Mantri Dakshata और कुशलता संपन्न हितग्राही. We have this PM Daksh scheme also. If I talk about achievements as of 2025, there are 1,87,305 individuals which have been trained. ठीक है, 73,102 beneficiaries have been employed. ठीक है, NSFDC, NBCFDC, NSKFDC, they directly monitor these training programs. ठीक है, then WhatsApp groups for instant updates. There are WhatsApp groups which are made for instant updates. CCTV and live streaming is done, है ना. And unsatisfactory performance, it may lead to cancelling of training programs also, इसीलिए इसको बहुत specifically you have to do. ठीक है, loans and financial assistance has been provided through these NSFDC, National Scheduled Caste Finance and Development Corporation, National Backward Class Finance and Development Corporation, National Safai Karamcharis Finance and Development Corporation. ठीक है, under the short term training program, 70% placement is provided to the trained candidates, right? And this is to provide skill development training for these SCs, OBCs, Safai Karamcharis, so that we can provide them with skill development so that they can their employment prospects are increased. This is conducted under NSQF compliant courses. We have this PM Mitra Parks, a mega integrated textile region and apparel. This is for the textile sectors. We want to promote integrated textile manufacturing hubs. We need to attract investment in this sector. And there are 7 sites which have been selected, which are these sites: Tamil Nadu, Virudhunagar, Telangana, Warangal, गुजरात में नवासरी, कर्नाटका में कालाबुर्गी, देन मध्य प्रदेश में धार, यूपी में लखनऊ एंड महाराष्ट्र में अमरावती. Outlays 4445 445 crore for 7 years up to 2027-28. ठीक है, we have the Samarth scheme, skill development in textiles. ठीक है, it objective is demand driven, placement oriented skill development is to be provided in this particular textile sector. ठीक है, then we have this national textile technical textiles mission, which is to promote technical textile sector in India. Outlays 1480 crore. Scope is to boost production, R&D, adoption of technical textiles, right? And export promotion support is provided through trade fairs, exhibitions, buyer seller meets, and goal is to enhance textile and garment exports, so nationally as well as internationally, right? Then we have this national mission on technical textiles, which was launched in 2020. Financial outlay 1480. The focus is research, innovation, development, promoting market development, export promotion, providing education, training, and skill development. है ना? Then we have this PLI scheme for textiles, which was approved in September 2021. Financial outlays 10,683 crore, and this is to promote production of man-made fiber apparel. ठीक है? Then there are parts through which it has been implemented. First part में minimum investment 300 crore, minimum turnover 600 crore per company. Part 2 में minimum investment 100 crore and minimum turnover 200 crore per company. ठीक है? And export promotion incentives are also provided through ROS CTL scheme, through RODTEP scheme, Bharat Tech, sorry. This is a global mega textile event which shows India's textile innovation. India has also signed 15 FTAs and 6 PTAs so that we can enhance the global market access. Okay. Then we have certain schemes for welfare of women handloom weavers also. So Ministry of Textiles is implementing central sector schemes to promote handlooms and support the welfare of these handloom weavers. We have this National Handloom Development Program, Raw Material Supply Scheme, RMSs. What is the objective? To promote handloom sector, enhance income, skill development and entrepreneurship among the handloom weavers. Who are the beneficiaries? All handloom weavers, with special provision for women weavers. Major components. What are the major components? You're going to provide financial assistance for raw materials, solar lighting units, construction of work sheds, 100% subsidies provided to the women. Samarth training is provided. Loans under weavers Mudra scheme will be provided. Okay, then women specific provision, 100% subsidy for construction of work sheds is provided for the women. This helps empower the women weavers, improve working conditions, provide financial security, enhances the market access towards the global areas as well. Then we have schemes under NSTFDC, National Scheduled Tribes Finance and Development Corporation, which provides concessional loans and credit linkages to scheduled tribes. So concessional loans are provided to the scheduled tribes so that their income generation can be enhanced. है ना? Then what are the schemes? We have term loan scheme for any viable income generating project cost up to 50 lakh per unit. Loan is provided up to 90% of project cost. Interest rate is 6% per annum. We have Adivasi Mahila Sashактикаран Yojana AMSY, which targets the ST women for income generating activities up to 2 lakh per unit and interest is 4% per annum. We have microcredit scheme for SHGs. Loans up to 5 lakh per SHG, 50,000 per member is provided. Interest rate 6% per annum. Adivasi Shiksha Rin Yojana for education loan. And up to 10 lakh is provided for technical education, professional education, and PhD is also included in this. 6% per annum pay interest rate is provided. But the eligibility criteria is that you should be an ST, scheduled tribe, and your annual family income should be less than equal to 3 lakh for both rural and urban areas. And for cooperative societies, more than 80% of the members must be ST and income should be less than 3 lakh per annum. Then we have Prasad and Swadesh Darshan schemes. ठीक है, these include pilgrimage rejuvenation and spiritual heritage augmentation drive, Swadesh Darshan scheme, ठीक है, and revamped version of this Swadesh Darshan scheme for what? For tourism infrastructure, for developing tourism infrastructure, promoting heritage sites, creating sustainable and responsible tourism destinations. So under this Prasad scheme, 54 projects in 28 states and UTs have been sanctioned, but there are obviously some challenges like delays due to in tendering, limited capacity of implementing agency. So there are certain challenges, uh, over here. ठीक है? Then Swadesh Darshan scheme, under this 5,290.30 crore have been put up. Swadesh Darshan 2.0 will promote sustainable and responsible tourism. 52 projects for 2108.87 crore, and the focus is going to be on rural, Himalayan, tribal, ecotourism, wildlife, coastal, northeast wale areas. ठीक है, there are other initiatives also like Dekho Apna Desh, capacity building for service providers. ठीक है, then we have progress under PM Juga and Dharti Abha Janjatiya Gram Utkarsh Abhiyan. Either you called it Dajkua or PM Juga. This is for tribal communities and villages, development of tribal communities and villages, especially those villages which are there in the aspirational blocks. Focus is going to be on those villages where then population is more than 500 and ST population is more than 50%. ST dominated areas we're talking about. Approximately 63,643 villages have been covered, 549 districts, 26 states and 4 UTs. 24-25 to 28-29 is the program duration, and currently no plan to increase the number of villages under the program. Fine, there's no plan as of now. Okay, the focus is basically on. Acha, then we have schemes for welfare of PVTGs, particularly vulnerable tribal groups, जो बाकी tribal groups में से बहुत ही ज़्यादा vulnerable हैं. ठीक है, so there are 75 PVTGs across 18 states and 1 union territory. For them we have PM Janjati Adivasi Nyaya Mahabhiyan, PM Janman. We have Eklavya model residential schools for providing a scholarship and all to the students so that they can study in schools. When was it launched? 2023. Objective socio-economic development of PVTGs. Okay, providing them with basic facilities. Safe housing, clean drinking water, improved access to education, health, nutrition, road and telecom activity, electrification and electrification of unelectrified households, sustainable livelihood opportunities. ठीक है, then timeline is 3 years for achieving the target. ठीक है, and habitation level data is collected via this PM Gati Shakti mobile application. ठीक है, under this Eklavya model residential school, quality education is going to be provided to these ST students. 5% seats have been reserved for PVTG students. We have national fellowship for ST students. 25 out of 750 slots are for these PVTGs. We have national overseas scholarship for ST students. This is for the students for enhancing their education and all. ठीक है, then over 1.4 lakh food processing projects are approved under MOPI schemes to boost rural economy. We have this Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. ठीक है, 1134 फूड प्रोसेसिंग प्रोजेक्ट्स are approved nationwide till this June 2025. ठीक है, कुशीनगर उत्तर प्रदेश, they are identified as banana cluster under operation greens. We have Pradhan Mantri formalization of micro food processing enterprises scheme. We have production linked incentive scheme for food processing industry also. We have World Food India editions also in 2017, 2023, 2024. This is for the food processing industries. We have this PM FME scheme which supports these micro food processing industries. है ना? A major component of the scheme is credit linked subsidies. So they get subsidies, credit linked subsidies. What is the target? 2 lakh micro food processing enterprises under this CLI, this credit linked subsidy during 2020-21 to 25-26, and outlays 10,000 crores. ठीक है? And how many applications have been submitted? Around 1,46,000. Loans have been sanctioned to around 58,000 people, and loans dispersed around 51,851. Then we have fortified rice scheme which has been extended to 2028. What is this fortified rice? Normal rice में we add certain nutrition in the normal rice. For example, iron की कमी है, so we're going to add iron वाले rice. They look a little different than the normal rice. And PDS वगैरह में भी we distribute these fortified rice so that we can improve the nutritional outcomes. The fortified rice scheme has been extended till 2028. And 17,082 crore government backing is there over here. The government of India has extended this universal supply of fortified rice under various public food distribution and nutrition programs till December 2028. ठीक है? And fortification of rice with iron, folic acid, vitamin B12 will be done. This is for anemic Mukt Bharat initiative. ठीक है, so that those who are suffering from anemia they can eat this fortified rice, and ये hidden वाला अलग से medicine नहीं लेनी पड़ेगी. You can through your normal food intake only you can focus on this. है ना? It complements other schemes also like PM Poshan, wheat based nutrition program, scheme for adolescent girls. ठीक है? And then through this PM Poshan scheme which was your midday meal scheme पहले, it uses fortified rice to prepare meals. ठीक है? We have double fortified salt also, and fortified edible oil also which is used to prevent iron, vitamin A, vitamin D deficiencies. We have this NDDB's gift milk program also, wherein 41,700 children in 257 schools across 11 states are provided with fortified milk. ठीक है? Then Mamta launches Shram Shri scheme, 5,008 for returning migrants. This is for the migrants. Shram Shri scheme. So West Bengal Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee, she has launched this Shram Shri scheme. It is a rehabilitation initiative aimed at supporting Bengali migrant workers. So for the Bengali migrant workers, we have this rehabilitation scheme so that they can return to their particular state after facing, who have faced alleged harassment, discrimination. They can be sent uh, you know, uh, 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 these people, these Bengali speaking people who have faced harassment and discrimination, they should be, rehabilitated. They should be brought back to West Bengal. ठीक है? And each returning migrant worker will receive 5,000 per month. So she's trying to protect the Bengali workers and all. है ना? So if you come back and you are facing discrimination, harassment, and if you come back, you will receive 5,000 per month for 1 year. ठीक है? Until you secure employment in West Bengal. ठीक है? Then if I talk about cultural promotion, then screening of at least one Bengali film per day is going to be done uh, on a daily basis. Prime time shows mandated between 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. Then government introduces FASTag annual pass scheme for non-commercial vehicles. So the government of India has amended the National Highways Fee Determination of Rates and Collection Rules 2008 to introduce annual pass. So FASTag के लिए now you will get annual pass. ठीक है? Annual pass you can make, बार बार you don't have to pay through the FASTag. ठीक है? You can just pay through the annual pass. The scheme aims to reduce frequent recharge FASTag and lower user fee burden. ठीक है? This became effective from 15th August. Annual pass fees 3,000 for 1 year or up to 200 national highway or national expressway fee plaza crossings. ठीक है? Fine. It is valid for non-commercial cars, jeeps and vans, not for commercial cars and all. Okay. It is applicable at all national highways and national expressway fee plazas. Okay. Not applicable to state highway or expressways. It is only for the national highways. Okay. Then cabinet approves restructuring and extension of PM Street Vendors Atmanirbhar Nidhi scheme, Swanidhi, PM Swanidhi. So, cabinet is approving the restructuring of this scheme. This was first launched in 2020 to support the street vendors. है ना, तो COVID-19 से जो भी street vendors and all or the unorganized workers were impacted, उनके लिए we have this scheme. We had this scheme, so we are going to revamp this scheme. ठीक है, total outlay of the restructured scheme is 7332 crore, targeting 1.15 beneficiaries. ठीक है, they'll have enhanced loan structure. First tranche has increased to 15,000, पहले 10,000 था. Second tranche 15,000, पहले 20,000 था. And third tranche तो is 50,000 only, same as before. ठीक है, you will get a UPI linked RuPay credit card also, which is provided to the beneficiaries who have repaid the second loan for immediate access to credit for business and personal needs. Digital incentives, cashback up to 1,600 is provided. ठीक है, and this is implemented by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs and Department of Financial Services. ठीक है. Then if I talk about past achievements, as of 30th July 2025, 96 lakh loans have been disbursed. 47 lakh digitally active beneficiaries conducted 557 crore digital transactions. Under Swanidhi se Samriddhi, 46 lakh beneficiaries profiled across 3564 urban local bodies. ठीक है? Fine. So that is all from my side today. We have covered your August PIB in detail. We have covered each and everything, so you do not need to read every single PIB of every single day, or go for other monthly compilations and all. Also, you can just focus on this PDF. I will be sharing it on the Oliveboard app. You can avail this on the Oliveboard app. Now, this first session was free for all the YouTube members, but now the other classes are going to be in the paid batches. You guys can connect with me on Telegram if you want. Just type Mannat Educator and you will have access to my Telegram handle. ठीक है, Mannat Educator. ठीक है. Okay, apart from that, if you want to be a part of this revision batch, we have this rapid phase 1 revision batch. You can enroll now, when you will get 10 QRE classes, 8 PIB and RBI circulars master classes, just like this one master class है ना, 35 high value MCQ sessions, phase 1 mocks and magazines. ठीक है, I hope you have understood. ठीक है. Okay, thank you so much, Rahul, Sinchan, Ashish, and thank you for staying put. है ना? I wish you all the best. If you were also consistent, in attending the classes, I'm sure you're going to do great. ठीक है? I wish everyone all the best. Keep studying, and this is how I'll keep bringing in some important sessions, and I'll meet you all in the next one. Now go have lunch, enjoy, and have a good weekend. Okay? Bye bye.